Are you ready for the best marathon of facts? Subscribe to Zarpado and let's start. In Jezero Crater, an ancient lake fed by a meandering river, a delta is preserved that on Earth would have trapped organic matter. A key point where Martian nature may have left microscopic traces. The layers of sedimentary rock at Jezero reveal distinct eras. Thin shales indicate still, deep waters, while strata with large boulders show the force of ancient floods. The Sherlock instrument, using ultraviolet lasers, identifies carbon-based organic molecules within clay rocks, essential ingredients for life found in an ancient lakebed. The Pixlr system maps the chemical composition of rocks, revealing minerals such as carbonates and sulfates, capable of preserving biosignatures for millions of years, like a sealed capsule made of stone. A small helicopter called Ingenuity demonstrates that powered flight is possible in Mars's thin atmosphere. Its aerial images show details invisible to a terrestrial explorer. With 72 flights under its belt, Ingenuity opens the door to future drone missions on other planets, allowing exploration from the sky and discovering safer routes for rovers. The organic molecules found at Jezero have an uncertain origin. Geological processes, meteorite impacts, or the remains of ancient organisms. Their enigma remains to be analyzed in terrestrial laboratories. The sealed titanium tubes contain samples that could answer the big question about Martian life. These metallic capsules await a mission to return them to Earth for definitive examination. Bats are not blind. Many have excellent night vision and combine echolocation with sight to move and hunt with precision in the dark. The Atacama Desert, Chile, is home to the driest place on the planet. Some areas have not recorded measurable rainfall in more than 4 centuries, serving as an analog for studies of Mars. The Saturn V, the rocket used in the Apollo program, reaches a height of 361 feet and generates enough power to propel an entire building off Earth. In Japan, there is a pedestrian crossing called Shibuya, where thousands of people cross in all directions at the same time. It is one of the most photographed spots in the world. The Pan American Highway runs nearly 18,600 miles, crossing 14 countries from Alaska to Argentina. It only breaks its course at the Darien Gap between Panama and Colombia. The Trans-Siberian Railway is the longest railway line in the world, connecting Moscow with Vladivostok over 5,600 miles and spanning 8 time zones. In Venice, Italy, more than 400 bridges connect the 118 islands that make up the city, crisscrossed by canals navigated for centuries. In Africa's Namib Desert, there are dunes that rise to over 984 feet, some more than 5 million years old. The Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco is 1.7 miles long, and its distinctive international red color improves its visibility in fog. Yellowstone National Park is home to more than half of the world's active geysers, including the famous Old Faithful, which spews hot water at regular intervals. Lake Titicaca, located between Peru and Bolivia, is the highest navigable lake in the world, situated at more than 12,500 feet above sea level. Iceland is home to the Jökulsárlón Glacial Lagoon, where floating icebergs drift out to sea, creating one of the most spectacular landscapes on the planet. The Moscow Metro is not only an efficient transportation system, but also an underground gallery with stations decorated with marble, mosaics, and chandeliers. The highest-grossing film of all time, unadjusted for inflation, is James Cameron's Avatar, with over $2.8 billion worldwide. The final episode of MASH, broadcast in 1983, drew more than 105 million viewers in the United States, becoming the most-watched television episode in the country's history. The James Bond franchise has spanned more than 6 decades of films in 25 official installments, holding the record as the longest-running spy saga in cinema. Actress Betty White holds a Guinness World Record for the longest television career, with more than 80 years of professional activity in front of the camera. The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King won 11 Oscars, tying Titanic and Ben-Hur as the most awarded films. The Simpsons holds the record for the most episodes in a primetime animated series, exceeding 700 episodes aired. Actor Samuel L. Jackson is among the highest-grossing actors at the box office, with films grossing more than $5 billion. The Guinness World Record for the most-watched movie trailer in 24 hours is held by Avengers: Endgame, with 289 million views. The record for the highest-pitched female voice belongs to Georgia Brown, who can reach a note of G10, recognized by Guinness as an exceptional vocal range. The soap opera Yo Soy Betty, La Fea holds the Guinness record for the most successful in history, broadcast in more than 180 countries and dubbed into 25 languages. Actor Christopher Lee is listed in Guinness as the actor with the most films shot, with more than 280 productions throughout his lifetime. The Netflix documentary Our Planet reached over 25 million views in its first month, setting a record for nature productions. The Guinness World Record for the most extras in a scene goes to the Indian film Mahabharata, with over 15,000 people participating simultaneously. Director Alfred Hitchcock made cameos in 39 of his films, creating a visual game that became his signature. The TV series Friends remains one of the most profitable in history, generating over $1 billion annually in streaming rights. The Guinness World Record for the most Oscars in a single ceremony belongs to Walt Disney, who received 4 statuettes at the 1954 edition. The film Interstellar used real-life calculations by astrophysicists to recreate the appearance of a black hole, generating images so accurate that they inspired scientific articles. Actor Jackie Chan is listed in the Guinness Book of Records for personally performing the most stunts in his films, avoiding the use of doubles in risky scenes. A chameleon turns its skin into a living canvas, creating colors and patterns thanks to chromatophores and nanocrystals that manipulate light. It not only achieves perfect camouflage, but also sends visual messages to other chameleons. The myth of gold in large nuggets in rivers originates from cinema. The reality is microscopic dust hidden in rocks and sediments. Finding a large nugget is as rare as winning the lottery. Industrial mines and artisanal miners search for tiny particles of gold, not glittering treasures. The romantic image is only an illusion, while the metal remains hidden and difficult to obtain. Did you know that pure water does not conduct electricity? The current travels thanks to dissolved salts and minerals, which release ions capable of carrying energy. Tap water, rivers, and seawater are indeed dangerous. Mauna Kea, Hawaii's volcano, rises over 33,000 feet when measured from its base hidden in the ocean floor to its summit. Beneath the sea lies most of its grandeur. The Viking's horned helmet is an artistic invention of the 19th century. Painters and operas created the image. In battle, such an adornment would have been clumsy and dangerous. Horns, more useful for ceremonies or myths, were never part of the Scandinavian war arsenal. A desert in New Mexico is home to the whiptail lizard, a species made up only of females. No males in sight. Reproduction is purely cloned. There are even simulated courtships between them to trigger ovulation, a choreography inherited from ancestors with males. An extreme political ritual in France. Royal tombs opened in Saint-Denis. The remains of kings and queens like Louis XIV and Marie Antoinette thrown into mass graves. An act to erase the monarchy from history, even after death. In Pawtucket, Rhode Island, a 33-inning baseball game lasting more than 8 hours. It paused at 4 a.m. and resumed 2 months later, only to be resolved in 18 minutes. Among the players were future legends like Cal Ripken Jr. and Wade Boggs. The most translated text on the planet isn't a book or a song, but a prayer, the Lord's Prayer. More than 2,000 languages, from Aramaic to Klingon. A spiritual script that travels between cultures, generations, and fictional galaxies. In the constellation of Draco, the planet Treztobe absorbs more than 99% of light. Darker than asphalt, closer to the concept of a glowhole than a planet. Temperatures exceeding 1,800 degrees and a faint hellish red glow. Beneath the ancient site of the Colossus of Rhodes, layers of history piled up like pages of a buried book. Medieval fortresses, Hellenistic temples, and relics of even older civilizations. A city that breathes history from underground. In South Korea, the sinking of the Sewol ferry left deep scars. Most of the victims were students trapped by orders not to move as the ship listed. Negligence, corruption, and an official response that sparked massive protests. In Japan, square watermelons are not used for eating. Farmers shape them this way to save space when storing and selling them as luxury items. On the island of Yap, Micronesia, traditional currency consists of oversized limestone discs. Some pieces exceed 13 feet in diameter. In London, a revolving bar allows guests to drink while the floor slowly rotates, offering panoramic views of the English capital. The tule tree in Oaxaca, Mexico, has a trunk with a diameter of more than 46 feet, considered one of the thickest in the world. In Australia, Lake Hillier appears an intense pink due to the presence of halophilic algae and bacteria that thrive in its salty waters. In Japanese cuisine, fugu or pufferfish requires special preparation. Its liver contains a toxin capable of causing paralysis in just micrograms. In love, a Harvard University study found that prolonged eye contact triggers the release of oxytocin, a hormone associated with trust and attachment. In the series Breaking Bad, the color of each character's clothing reflects their emotional and moral state, with subtle transitions throughout the plot. The world's most expensive coffee comes from beans ingested and excreted by the civet cat, known as Kopi Luwak. This process alters its flavor, reducing the bean's natural acidity. A solar vehicle developed in the Netherlands can travel more than 620 miles on a single charge, thanks to ultralight panels and advanced aerodynamics. In medical technology, 3D printing creates low-cost, custom prosthetics tailored to each patient's exact anatomy. The original margherita pizza combines tomato, mozzarella, and basil to represent the colors of the Italian flag: red, white, and green. The TV series Friends uses recorded laughter only as reinforcement, as much of the comedy is filmed in front of real audiences reacting live. In South Korea, a dish called samgyeopsal consists of grilled pork belly, accompanied by vegetables and sauces, eaten directly wrapped in lettuce leaves. A state-of-the-art autonomous car recognizes pedestrians, traffic lights, and cyclists using LiDAR sensors, cameras, and artificial intelligence algorithms. Regarding eye health, eating carrots provides beta-carotene, which the body converts into vitamin A, essential for night vision. The series The Crown accurately replicates period jewelry, dresses, and decorations, even using sewing techniques identical to the originals. In Peruvian cuisine, ceviche combines raw fish marinated in lemon juice, chili pepper, and cilantro, creating a chemical cooking process called denaturation. An electric hypercar reaches speeds of over 250 miles per hour thanks to high-torque motors and high-capacity lithium batteries. In cardiovascular health, yoga practice reduces cortisol levels, helping to lower blood pressure and stress. In love, handwritten letters retain a deeper emotional value than digital messages, as they contain unique and unrepeatable strokes. The Stranger Things series integrates visual and audio references from 1980s films like E.T. and The Goonies, creating a nostalgic aesthetic. In Italy, artisanal gelato contains less fat and air than industrial ice cream, which intensifies the flavor and creamy texture. A high-performance electric unicycle offers instant acceleration and quiet operation, ideal for urban environments and short journeys. In love, Smelling a partner's garment releases chemical compounds that reduce stress, an effect linked to olfactory memory. The Game of Thrones series includes fictional languages such as Dothraki and High Valyrian, created by linguists to give the dialogues realism. In Mexican cuisine, mole combines more than 20 ingredients, including cocoa, chili peppers, and spices, to achieve a balance of sweet, savory, and spicy. In Japan, forest bathing, or Shinrin-yoku, increases immune system activity and reduces stress, combining nature and well-being in an ancient practice. Cocoa contains phenylethylamine, a chemical linked to feelings of love and happiness, which is why eating chocolate often lifts the mood. The Black Mirror series explores dystopian futures where technology reflects human fears and desires, using each episode as a dark mirror of today's society. In Indian cuisine, biryani combines rice, spices, meat, and vegetables in layers, creating complex flavors without losing the individuality of each ingredient. A hydrogen vehicle generates clean energy from water, expelling only steam and becoming a real alternative to combustion engines. Augmented reality allows surgeons to visualize internal organs on a patient's body, facilitating procedures with greater precision and lower risk. The Mandalorian series combines practical effects and CGI to create a believable universe, with stagecraft technology projecting virtual backgrounds in real time. In France, foie gras is produced from the liver of duck or goose-fed using controlled methods, generating a delicate flavor and creamy texture appreciated in haute cuisine. Self-driving cars use radars, cameras, and ultrasonic sensors to anticipate movements, detecting obstacles even in low-visibility conditions. In terms of mental health, listening to favorite music decreases cortisol and increases dopamine, turning listening to songs into a daily exercise in emotional well-being. The Westworld series plays with realities within realities, combining non-linear narrative and ethical dilemmas about artificial intelligence and consciousness. In Thai cuisine, Pad Thai balances sweet, salty, sour, and spicy flavors, demonstrating that harmony in cooking is not just aesthetic but chemical. Magnetic levitation trains reach speeds of over 373 miles per hour, eliminating mechanical friction and offering ultra-fast travel. In terms of eye health, constant blinking lubricates the eyes, prevents dryness, and protects the cornea from contaminants, functioning as a natural defense system. The Sherlock series adapts Arthur Conan Doyle classics to the 21st century, using smartphones, GPS, and social media to solve modern mysteries. In Spanish cuisine, the original paella combines rice, saffron, vegetables, and seafood or meat, cooked in a wide container that allows for even evaporation and concentrated flavor. Delivery drones can carry packages weighing several pounds, calculating optimal routes and avoiding obstacles, radically changing urban logistics. The Money Heist series uses real-time robbery planning and precise logistical details, combining drama with elements of engineering and criminal strategy. In Argentine cuisine, the barbecue combines meat, fire, and slow cooking techniques, creating a social ritual where flavor and conviviality intertwine. In digestive health, probiotics balance the intestinal microbiota, improving nutrient absorption, strengthening immune systems, and regulating intestinal transit. In Japanese cuisine, ramen combines concentrated broth, egg noodles, and toppings such as marinated egg and seaweed, creating a comforting and flavorful dish. In bone health, vitamin D and sun exposure promote calcium absorption and strengthen bone structure, preventing fractures and osteoporosis in the long term. The famous Morse code was invented as a system of rapid long-distance communication, transforming the way information was transmitted before the digital age. The Barbie doll was introduced in 1959 in New York, revolutionizing the toy industry with multiple professions and styles over the decades. Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris combines early Gothic and Rayon, with stained glass and flying buttresses that elevate the architecture toward the sublime and filtered light. The Rubik's Cube, created in 1974 in Hungary, became a mathematical and recreational challenge, inspiring championships and speed records. Zen art combines meditation, simplicity, and aesthetics, influencing gardens, calligraphy, and Eastern philosophy to balance the mind and environment. Italian Baroque architecture integrates sculpture, painting, and ornamental design, seeking visual impact and emotional expression in churches and palaces. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 symbolizes the end of the Cold War, uniting families and countries divided for decades. The board game Monopoly, based on property and play money, reflects the capitalist economy and has been translated into more than 40 languages. Confucian philosophical thought emphasizes social harmony, education, and ethics, shaping cultures and governments in Asia for centuries. Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania rises to almost 19,700 feet, combining glaciers, jungle, and savanna into a unique ecosystem on African soil. The Sagrada Familia in Barcelona fuses modernism and religious symbolism, with towers that tell biblical stories through detailed shapes and sculptures. Christopher Columbus's expedition in 1492 opened transatlantic routes, connecting continents and generating cultural, economic, and biological exchanges. Lego toys allow for the construction of infinite structures, stimulating creativity, logic, and spatial learning from 1932 to the present. Buddhism promotes meditation, compassion, and detachment, influencing culture, art, and the way of life in many regions of Asia. The Palace of Versailles represents French absolutism, with geometric gardens, fountains, and halls that reflect power, luxury, and monumental architecture. The independence of the United States in 1776 marked a global shift, inspiring revolutions and new constitutions on different continents. The Tamagotchi, launched in 1996, popularized virtual pets, teaching responsibility and digital stewardship to millions of children. Socratic philosophy is based on questioning and dialogue to achieve knowledge and virtue, influencing Western education and critical thinking. Taoism teaches balance between human beings and the universe, promoting harmony with nature and fluidity in the face of life's changes. The first commercial airplane, the de Havilland Comet, flew in 1952, marking the beginning of modern aviation and rapid travel between continents. The spinning top, an ancient toy present in cultures around the world, combines physics, skill, and competition, maintaining its popularity for centuries. Aristotle's philosophy classifies knowledge into logic, ethics, politics, and metaphysics, serving as the foundation of Western thought for millennia. The Nile River flows through 11 African countries and enabled the emergence of ancient civilizations, with agriculture, trade, and settlements along its banks. The Alhambra in Granada fuses Islamic art, architecture, and gardens, creating a palace where every mosaic and fountain tells history and aesthetics in harmony. The fall of the Western Roman Empire in 1476 facilitated the rise of European kingdoms, fiefdoms, and profound social changes. The tricycle, an invention for children, combines stability, motor learning, and fun, introducing early mobility and independence in childhood. The Sydney Opera House combines modern design and advanced engineering, with iconic roofs reminiscent of sails and harmonizing architecture with the maritime landscape. Mexico's independence in 1810 initiated a process that redefined borders, governments, and culture, inspiring Latin American movements. The Soma Cube, invented in 1936, challenges logic and space, allowing the construction of three-dimensional figures with infinite combinations. The Yangtze River in China is the longest river in the country and serves as a transportation route, a source of hydroelectric power, and home to unique ecosystems. Buckingham Palace combines history, luxury, and ceremony, serving as the official residence of the British monarchy and the setting for state events. The Hundred Years' War in Europe transformed military tactics, alliances, and territories, leaving a political and cultural legacy in France and England. The philosophy of pragmatism, by authors such as William James, proposes acting based on results and practical experience, connecting thought with everyday action. Mount Fuji in Japan combines landscape, spirituality, and geography, inspiring art, literature, and pilgrimages to its summit. The Danube River flows through 10 European countries, connecting cultures, trade, and civilizations from ancient times to the present day. The city of Petra in Jordan combines rock-carved architecture, hydraulic engineering, and trade routes, standing as a testament to ancient creativity. Mount McKinley, Denali in Alaska, reaches over 20,000 feet, combining extreme weather, glaciers, and challenges for mountaineers from around the world. The Parthenon in Athens combines classical aesthetics, perfect proportions, and cultural symbolism, standing out as an example of ancient Greek architecture. The Japanese kendama spinning top develops coordination, skill, and patience, being a traditional toy with tournaments and advanced techniques. Epicurean philosophy promotes moderate pleasure, friendship, and the absence of pain, seeking balance and serenity in everyday life. The Seine River runs through Paris and has inspired literature, art, and commerce, serving as a vital axis of French history and geography. The Winter Palace in St. Petersburg combines Baroque and neoclassical styles, serving as the seat of Tsarism and a museum with exceptional art collections. Shakespeare invented words like eyeball and lonely, leaving a linguistic legacy that transformed literature and modern English. Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa combines sfumato technique, enigma, and perfect proportions, capturing attention and theories for centuries. The vertical jump, key in physical education, combines strength, coordination, and power, and is an indicator of performance in sports and athletic training. California's sequoias reach over 330 feet, have longevity for thousands of years, and unique ecosystems that support diverse fauna and their own microclimates. Mathematical fractals show infinite patterns that repeat themselves in nature, from leaves to coastlines, revealing order in chaos. Gabriel Garcia Marquez's 100 Years of Solitude blends magical realism, family history, and Latin American mythology, creating an unforgettable literary universe. Picasso's Guernica conveys horror and protest through cubism, fragmented lines, and contrast, becoming an icon of committed art. Bamboo grows up to 1 meter per day, uses rhizomatous roots, and provides food, shelter, and shade, playing a key role in aquatic ecosystems. Hummingbirds, with wing beats up to 80 times per second, demonstrate resilience, precision, and extreme adaptation to flowers and pollen. Team rowing develops strength, endurance, and coordination, fostering teamwork and comprehensive physical conditioning. The Amazon logo, a yellow arrow connecting the A to the Z, symbolizes total abundance of products. At the same time, that curved line forms a smile, a hidden message of satisfaction and happiness. Two ideas communicated in a single stroke: variety and joy. A sneeze releases air at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour, accompanied by thousands of particles and microbes. The eyelids close automatically thanks to a protective reflex that prevents eye damage or infection. A defense mechanism as simple as it is astonishing. In Pompeii, pedestrian traffic already had brilliant solutions. Raised stone blocks served as zebra crossings, allowing people to walk without getting dirty on streets filled with mud and debris. The alignment of these stones provided precise clearance for chariots. The ostrich, with an eye up to 2 inches in diameter, is larger than the brain itself, barely comparable to a walnut. This privileged vision ensures the detection of predators at great distances, an example of how nature places visual survival above reasoning. The dancing epidemic in Strasbourg in 1518 transformed the city into a surreal setting. Hundreds of people trapped in an uncontrollable frenzy, moving restlessly, some to the point of death. The cause remains a mystery: mass hysteria, mushroom poisoning, or a mixture of both. Operation Paperclip, a secret mission in the midst of the Cold War, turned Nazi scientists into key recruits for the United States. The most famous name is Wernher von Braun, an engineer capable of going from designing rockets for Hitler to creating the Saturn V, the engine of space conquest. The Book of Esther, within the Bible, lacks any mention of God. A story without explicit miracles, but with an implicit lesson: the power of the invisible. Some scholars suggest that the absence reinforces the idea of a subtle presence, a message about providence hidden in silence. The Middle Ages turned cats into villains. The result? An uncontrolled army of rats spreading the Black Death. A superstitious decision triggered one of the deadliest pandemics. Then, unjustly persecuted cats became history's unseen heroes. Centralia, Pennsylvania, a town nestled above an underground hell. Beneath its streets, an impossible-to-extinguish coal fire burned, starting in 1962 and still raging. A real post-apocalyptic scenario, with a fire estimated to remain active for at least 2 more centuries. Biological 3D printers with living cells as ink create structures that mimic human organs, a technological hope poised to change medicine. The axolotl, a uniquely Mexican amphibian, demonstrates the ability to regenerate entire limbs, a critically endangered biological gem. A human brain weighs just 3.3 pounds and contains connections more complex than galaxies. Enough electrical energy to light a light bulb. The universe harbors billions of galaxies and planets. Exoplanets and habitable zones increase the intrigue about life beyond Earth. Sounds nicknamed trumpets of heaven resonate in different parts of the world. Their origin remains unclear. Scientific theories and mystical beliefs coexist. The Collatz conjecture proposes transforming any integer with simple rules until reaching 1. A mathematical puzzle still unsolved. In 2013, a meteorite exploded over Russia, releasing energy equivalent to 30 atomic bombs. Shattered windows and hundreds injured demonstrated cosmic power. The Great Pyramid of Cholula, in Puebla, is larger than that of Giza, hidden beneath earth and vegetation. It even supports a church at the top. In South Africa, a foundation managed to break a world record by lining up more than 90 zero cans of food. The 3.7-mile line not only impressed the world, it also fed thousands of families in need, a feat of solidarity that combines organization with hope. This is how cars are tested before going on the market, with test dummies inside vehicles that crash at high speed. Each impact reveals how the body behaves and how protected the passengers are. A tough process, but key to saving lives. In the ocean, coral nurseries seek to bring life back to reefs destroyed by climate change. Divers plant small colonies in underwater structures, creating gardens that will be homes for fish and turtles. A project that could stop marine extinction. What you see here isn't a normal rainbow, but a fog rainbow. Its colors are so faint they almost blend into the air, because the droplets are too small to reflect all the light, a phenomenon so rare that most people don't even notice it. Artist Jesse Garcia tattoos spiders so realistic they appear to be jumping out of the skin. His shading and detailing techniques fool the human eye, creating illusions of walking insects. An art that arouses fascination and also fear. This pen looks ordinary, but with the click of a button, it can shoot fireballs over 33 feet. Its creator, an illusionist, modified a Sharpie to make it useful both as a pen and as a secret weapon. A gadget that blends magic and danger. YouTuber Joel Create invented a gun designed only to destroy tomatoes, the fruit he hates most. The funny thing is that it shoots with the same juice as the tomato he hates. An absurd, yet very creative creation. Artist Dino Tomic draws illustrations that are revealed only with fire. He uses two inks, one permanent and one that disappears with heat, revealing the real image. A magical technique that surprises with each work. An Italian student built a drone that flies without visible blades. It uses fans hidden in carbon fiber tubes, making it much safer by eliminating the risk of cuts. An invention worthy of science fiction. In Zimbabwe, there is the Vadoma tribe, known as the ostrich-footed tribe. Some of its members are born with a genetic condition called ectrodactyly, which causes them to have only two toes, a hereditary rarity that makes them unique in the world. At the Lehe Ledu Zoo in China, people enter cages while tigers and lions roam freely. Visitors feed the animals meat through bars, an experience that reverses the usual roles of the zoo. In the United Kingdom, trees have been covered with coins nailed to their trunks for centuries. Tradition says that inserting a coin brings good luck or helps cure illnesses. Today, they are living monuments of popular beliefs. Stained glass windows in medieval churches had a purpose beyond aesthetics. They served to teach biblical stories to those who could not read, a way to transmit knowledge and faith with light and color. The Starfield Library in Seoul, South Korea, has become famous for its giant shelves that reach 3 stories high. It houses more than 50 zero books in a futuristic shopping mall, a place where culture and modernity meet. In Colombia, there is the Las Lajas Sanctuary, a church built in a canyon above the Guaitara River. To reach it, pilgrims climb more than 1,870 steps, a ladder of faith that attracts believers from all over the world. In the film industry, fake food is key for long scenes under hot lights. Rubber burgers, mashed potato ice cream, and milk and water replace the real thing. This prevents real food from being ruined on camera. In China, there are giant farms that raise cockroaches by the millions. They are used to produce pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, and even cattle feed. Although it sounds disgusting, it's a multi-million-dollar business. Elephants have the longest pregnancy in the animal kingdom. Females gestate their young for almost 22 months, almost 2 full years. This ensures that the babies are born strong and developed. Some historians believe that the Tower of Babel may have been based on a real ziggurat in Babylon, the Atemenanki. This temple was nearly 295 feet high, a construction so imposing that it may have inspired the biblical legend. In Iceland, the Hraunfossar waterfall appears to turn into lava at sunset. The reddish reflection of the sun on the water that flows over volcanic rock creates this effect, a natural spectacle that resembles liquid fire. The world's most expensive ice cream sells in Tokyo for over $6,000 a serving. It's made with white truffle, edible gold, and rare 35-year-old sake, a gastronomic luxury reserved for a few. The quokka, an Australian marsupial, is known as the happiest animal in the world. Its round face and permanent smile made it a selfie sensation, a protected species that lives on islands like Rottnest. Yonge Street in Toronto, Canada, is considered one of the longest streets in the world. It stretches more than 1,100 miles to northern Ontario, an artery that connects history, culture, and commerce. South Africa has 11 recognized official languages, but when it comes to diversity, Papua New Guinea takes the record. More than 37 official languages and over 800 dialects coexist in this country, a true cultural mosaic. The World Residential Cruise Ship allows people to purchase apartments on board and live while traveling. It travels the planet continuously and never repeats the same itinerary. A nomadic way of life on the sea. In Aizhou, China, a 26-story pig farm opened in 2022. Thousands of animals are raised there under controlled climate and food conditions. It is the largest and tallest of its kind in the world. Sleepwalking can include a disorder called somniloquy, sleep talking. Those who suffer from it may utter phrases, scream, or laugh without remembering anything upon waking. A mystery of the brain that still intrigues neurologists. The Yungas Highway in Bolivia is considered the most dangerous in the world. It stretches for 40 miles with cliffs up to 3,000 feet high. Its nickname, the Road of Death, still attracts adventurous tourists. In San Juan Chamula, Chiapas, Coca-Cola is cheaper and more accessible than drinking water. Many residents even consume it during religious rituals. This phenomenon has led to health problems such as diabetes and obesity. The Circus in Las Vegas, not Los Angeles, is one of the most unusual hotels in the world. It offers free circus shows inside and affordable prices. Despite its fame, it remains a budget-friendly option on the Strip. Actor Paul Newman left Hollywood to pursue a career in motorsports. He competed in international races such as Le Mans and achieved notable podium finishes. His passion for cars stayed with him until the end of his life. In France during the 19th century, labor reforms inspired the idea of reduced workdays. In Scotland, people don't work just 4 hours a day, but shorter workdays have been tested. Edinburgh is an example of movements promoting a better work-life balance. An artificial intelligence recreated Disney's Stitch in a hyper-realistic version. The result was disturbing, a being with rough skin and unfriendly, bulging eyes. These viral recreations show the unsettling effects of applying realism to fictional characters. After the sinking of the Titanic, cruise ships developed secret codes. Expressions like Code Oscar warn of a man overboard and Code Alpha for medical emergencies. These messages allow for quick action without alarming passengers. Actor Christian Bale was known in the 2000s for playing characters with psychopathic and sociopathic characteristics. Films like American Psycho defined his career. His acting dedication cemented him as one of the most intense in Hollywood. In 2004, McDonald's launched the eMac console in Japan, included in a special bundle. It featured simple mini-games related to the brand and was manufactured by Nintendo. Today, it is a highly sought-after collector's item. A dog named Bailey went viral for his resemblance to Snoopy. A sheepadoodle breed, his black and white fur has made him a sensation on social media. Thousands of users consider him the real-life version of the famous character. Soccer player Sadio Mane has shown interest in Senegalese politics. Although he is not yet an official candidate, he invests in hospitals, schools, and community projects. Many believe he could run for president in the future. Pointing with just one finger is prohibited at Disneyland. Employees must use 2 fingers or the palm of their hand. This rule respects cultural customs and prevents offensive gestures toward international visitors. In Japan, orange balls called bohan balls were created to catch criminals. They are paint capsules that are thrown at thieves to mark them with a bright dye. This way, police can easily identify them. In Vancouver, Canada, possession of small amounts of hard drugs was decriminalized in 2023. The measure aims to reduce overdoses and encourage treatment instead of punishment. It is a social experiment amid much global debate. The manchineel tree, found in the Caribbean and Florida, is considered the most dangerous tree in the world. Its sap is toxic and can cause skin burns. Even rain under its branches is dangerous. The company Cradlewise created a smart crib with artificial intelligence. It monitors the baby's sleep and gently moves if it detects crying. Its goal is to help exhausted parents with nighttime parenting. Warner Brothers is preparing Coyote vs. Acme, a film scheduled for 2026. It will combine animation and live action, with the famous villain attempting to sue the company for its defective products. It is one of the studio's most anticipated projects. A photo of Shakira, taken by Jaume de la Iguana, is on display at the National Portrait Gallery in London. It is part of the collection celebrating influential cultural figures. The Colombian singer is recognized as a global icon. A viral rumor claimed that Katy Perry would go into space with 6 astronauts. However, NASA confirmed that she is not on the official mission list. It was a mix-up with a private space tourism program. In reality, all of this happened. Billiards originated in Europe during the 15th century as a lawn game similar to croquet. Over time, it was played on tables covered with green cloth. This is where the tradition of practicing it indoors comes from. Locals parade giant puppets up to 33 feet tall, made of wood, paper, and fabric. These figures represent heroes, saints, or mythical figures, and are carried through the streets as if they were living beings. It's like a parade of colossal puppets, straight out of a medieval tale. In this Omo Valley tribe, men and women decorate their skin with controlled cuts, creating patterns of scars they consider beautiful and that mark important life events. Each scar tells a story: courage, maturity, beauty, or hunting exploits. Their bodies literally become a biography written in living flesh. The young men of this Amazonian tribe must encase their hands in gloves filled with bullet ants, which have the most painful sting in the world, and endure the stings for several minutes to prove their bravery. They repeat the ritual more than 20 times before being considered true men of the tribe. It's like a ninja test, but where the enemy is pure, liquid pain. In Russia, there are competitions where 2 participants sit face to face and slap each other until one gives up or is knocked out. The audience screams. There are judges, slow motion, and cash prizes. The only sport where your cheek is the punching bag. In Aomori, about 26 feet of snow falls each year. Yes, you heard right, 26 feet. Houses are designed with extremely steep roofs. People use electric shovels, and cars have special engines to withstand the weight of the snow. Here, it's not clearing the sidewalk, it's battling White Mountains every day. Before it was demolished in the 1990s, Kowloon was the most densely populated place on the planet. More than 0 people lived crammed into a maze of dark hallways, makeshift buildings, a complete lack of planning, and almost no authority presence. There was no proper sanitation system, buildings were unstable, and sunlight barely penetrated many areas. In Japan, shirako is considered a delicacy. It's the sperm glands of cod, halibut, or pufferfish, served raw, steamed, or fried. They have a creamy texture, a slightly sweet flavor, and, well, yes, they are what they are. Visually, they resemble a mixture of miniature brains and poorly set flan. Escamoles are ant larvae harvested directly from underground nests. They resemble soft grains of rice, have a creamy texture, and a buttery, nutty flavor. In Mexico, they are prepared fried, in tacos, or scrambled eggs. Although locals consider them a delicacy, it's hard for the average tourist to forget that they are eating the babies of thousands of ants. At the University of Oklahoma, scientists injected the elephant, Tusco, with a dose of LSD 3,000 times greater than a human would use. Within minutes, the elephant collapsed, went into convulsions, and died. Researchers wanted to observe the animal's psychedelic behavior, but all they managed was to kill it by overdose. Today, this case is one of the ultimate examples of senseless scientific cruelty. The Soviet Union created the Tsar Bomba, the most powerful nuclear bomb ever detonated, 50 megatons, equivalent to 3,800 times the size of Hiroshima. The explosion was so brutal that it shattered windows 560 miles away and created a mushroom cloud 40 miles high. Even the scientists who designed it later said, "This was unnecessary madness." The Clive Christian brand created Imperial Majesty, a perfume limited to just 10 pieces. Each bottle is made of baccarat crystal, with an 18-karat gold neck and 5 encrusted diamonds. Price: around $215,000 per bottle. The perfume? It smells good. But the real luxury is in the bottle. It's basically the only perfume in the world that requires a safe. Amidst the vast dunes of Dubai's Al Qudra Desert, a surprising creation emerges. Two fused lagoons forming the shape of a heart. This human creation, in addition to representing a symbol of eternal love, serves as a refuge for diverse wildlife and an ideal destination for couples seeking tranquility and connection with nature. Every 6 years, the audacious Onbashira Festival takes place in the mountainous region of Nagano, Japan, known as one of the country's most daring events. In this ancient ceremony, brave participants cut down gigantic trees and then hurl themselves downhill on these colossal trunks, challenging gravity and speed. Moonwalkers are a revolutionary invention that can be easily slipped on over any regular pair of shoes. They are especially designed for people who lead fast-paced lives and need to save time, such as those who face the morning rush to get to work. They incorporate a rechargeable battery that allows them to travel up to 6 miles without additional effort. An innovative skydiver built a kind of real aerial carpet from a wingsuit. He adapted a lightweight frame with a design inspired by Oriental rugs, allowing him to glide through the air while flying. In the Philippines, each year students are given an unusual challenge: to create helmets designed to prevent any kind of cheating during exams. These creations become true works of art, combining ingenuity and creativity to ensure originality in the classroom. Every August 31st, in Najapa, El Salvador, hundreds of people throw flaming fireballs as if they were in a live Mortal Kombat. The tradition commemorates the 1,658 volcano eruption that forced the population to relocate. People battle each other by throwing balls made of gasoline-soaked rags while they are on fire. The Big Apple donut from Krispy Kreme in New York is considered the most expensive donut in the world, priced at $11. This luxurious donut is a tribute to the famous New York apple, featuring an apple glaze and creamy filling. It also includes a pretzel stick and a decorative green custard leaf, giving it a unique touch. In Sheboygan, the Toilet Paper Toss Festival is held every year, where participants compete by throwing toilet paper rolls into baskets, poles, or even trees. It all started as a local joke, but it ended up becoming a massive family event. Basically, a carnival of precision, using paper that usually has another, much less glamorous use. Located in Mumbai, the Dharavi neighborhood is one of the largest and densest slums in the world. More than 1 million people live squeezed into just 0.8 square miles. Narrow streets, accumulated garbage, open sewers, tin and plastic roofs, and almost no basic services. What if we let the fish rot for a while and then eat it? Surströmming is a herring that has been fermented for months. When you open the can, it releases a gas that should be considered a biological weapon. A mixture of rotten egg, dead fish, a closed public restroom, and a decomposing demon. It's so brutal that it's prohibited to open it on airplanes and enclosed buildings. But over there, they eat it peacefully, with potatoes, onions, and steel noses. In the Philippines, they said, "What if we wait a little longer before eating the egg?" This is how balut is born. A duck egg with the embryo already developed inside. Yes, gentlemen. Beak, feathers, eyes, and even the well-formed bones. It's boiled, peeled, and thrown whole into your mouth. When you bite into it, you feel the combination of creamy yolk plus cartilage, plus crunchy bones, plus crisis. Existential. The pink handfish lives at the bottom of the Tasman Sea, and unlike almost all fish, it doesn't swim. It has fins that look like tiny hands, with which it literally walks on the seabed as if it were the protagonist of its own Netflix series. It's so rare that for years it was thought to be extinct, until it reappeared as if to say, "Don't worry, I'm still walking around here." A Russian jeweler named Mik Miyago managed to sculpt a tiny coccyx out of a grain of rice. The painstaking work took 3 days under a microscope, and the details are impressive due to the patience and precision required to avoid breaking the piece. A man in Wales decided to set up his office on a cliff, taking advantage of the fact that he answers calls for sports brands and doesn't need a physical location. The views from that cliff are truly breathtaking. A Russian YouTuber named Lamb welded 3,000 nails to the front wheels of his car for an experiment. The vehicle was able to drive perfectly until the pressure bent the nails, demonstrating the strength of this unusual modification. Julia Claire, a German artist, carved a wooden heart in exquisite detail using chisels and red paint. Her work, which took several days, shows a realistic model of this vital organ that seems almost alive. Jamie Keaton has suffered from a rare condition that causes objects to stick to his skin since he was 7 years old. His skin absorbs more oxygen than other people's, and only 3 people in the world exhibit this unique phenomenon. Turkish illustrator Yasi Yolkusu uses forks and knives to create calligraphy. His works, published online, show how unconventional tools can become surprising artistic instruments. Spaniard Paul Guerrero masters complicated acrobatics by jumping on a rubber ball that propels him to spin repeatedly in the air. Very few people in the world can pull off such impressive stunts. A 93-year-old man excels at playing racing video games. His passion stems from his entire family being taxi drivers, and he now enjoys simulators like Project Car 2, driving classic cars, including a Mazda Savannah RX-7. Norme Sari Sirigar, in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, trains sugar gliders to jump toward her when called. Since 2013, he has been caring for 20 of these animals, which use a membrane called pantau to glide. A Russian YouTuber named Mikhail Litvin strapped himself to a helicopter with packing tape and soared several feet above Moscow. The maneuver was insane and led to the helicopter being seized and the pilot's license suspended. Muhammad Hamid from Pujat, Pakistan, created a giant ball out of 1,000,000 matches. The work took 8 days and was activated with a lighter, capturing spectacular images that he later shared on his YouTube channel. British tattoo artist Daniel Scott designed works on skateboards during the pandemic. His project allowed him to continue creating art while his studio was closed due to health restrictions. Tejo, a French DJ, performed a techno session at over 10,000 feet above sea level in the Swiss Alps. Despite his fear of heights, he didn't let the cold or vertigo stop his musical performance. Octopuses use objects from the seabed as camouflage, including coconut wicks. This ability to use tools in their environment makes them one of the most intelligent species in the ocean. Comfort Town, a neighborhood on the outskirts of Kyiv, Ukraine, stands out for its vibrant colors. With 180 buildings and 8,500 apartments, it forms an architectural rainbow unique in the world. The climbing gourami fish can live out of water for up to 6 days, thanks to a special organ called the labyrinth organ, which allows it to breathe air instead of water, a rare adaptation in fish. A group of salmon was captured swimming in circles off Waijingu Beach in Australia. The scene was recorded by a drone, and these schools moved together to protect each other from predators. Chinese ping pong masters demonstrate amazing skills by throwing 2 balls at the same time, colliding them in the air, and using unusual objects as paddles, from books to stuffed animals. Caring for pandas is an intense job that requires feeding and grooming the animals for 12 hours a day. These adorable mammals become attached to their keepers, who work year-round with no vacation time. A young man attempted to use the exhaust pipe of his Lamborghini to make a meat skewer. The adventure ended with a blown engine, and the repair cost him nearly $80,000, much more than his culinary experiment. Turkish artist Ger creates art using the water marbling technique known as Ebru. He applies ink to the surface and, after shaping it with soft brushstrokes, transfers the design to paper to create unique works. Goblin sharks have free-moving jaws, capable of stretching several inches to catch prey. They live at depths of over 4,000, 600 feet, so they are rarely observed. The Titanic sinking scenes were filmed with safety as a priority. The water used was almost swimming pool temperature, and the extras fell into a 5-foot tank to prevent accidents. Putting a chicken to sleep can be achieved by placing its head under a wing and gently rocking its body. This trick was performed by Lane Travers, a 23-year-old American, who demonstrated how this method works. Kum marzu cheese, considered a delicacy in some regions, contains worms that live inside and give it a unique flavor. It is banned in several places because it can be dangerous if not prepared properly. To scare away a tiger shark, it is recommended to maintain eye contact and use an outstretched arm to gently press the animal's head. This technique must be done carefully to avoid provoking the shark. Elephants can also suffer from dwarfism. A 5-foot-tall Asian elephant exemplifies this phenomenon, which is more common among animals than is often thought. In Japan, an annual contest called the K-Truck Garden Contest is held, where participants transform empty trucks into miniature gardens filled with decorations, lights, and aquariums. In space, the lack of gravity makes it easier for astronauts to relax and sleep. They float in special capsules to prevent them from sliding around the spacecraft while they rest. The Titanoboa was the largest snake that ever existed, reaching up to 50 feet in length. It lived in what is now Colombia 60 million years ago and was probably poisonous and very aggressive. Seahorses are one of the few animals where the male gives birth. They can have up to 100 young per birth, but only some survive to adulthood. On the space station, wringing out a towel causes water to pool around the cloth without falling, demonstrating how different physics is in zero gravity compared to Earth. The prop pilot chair, robotic chair, created by Nissan, moves and stops on its own to make waiting in lines easier. It is equipped with cameras and sensors that detect when to move forward or stop. Applying 100 coats of nail polish would take about 12 hours, and the result would be a strange mountain of colors on each nail. This challenge is popular among nail artists on social media. The black heron uses its wings like an umbrella to catch fish. By creating shade, it deceives its prey, which seeks shelter underneath, and it easily captures them thanks to this ingenious method. Square watermelons are created by placing the fruit in glass or metal containers while they grow. This increasingly common technique also allows for other unusual shapes. An experimental gene therapy helped a man with vision problems regain some of his sight using nerve cells and special glasses. The improvements were maintained for up to 5 months after treatment. The Brazilian region of Rio Grande do Sul is home to many famous supermodels. It is believed that there exists an ideal genetic mix there that attracts talent scouts due to its combined European and Brazilian features. In France, a man named Clément Morel lands a position at a luxury restaurant using only artificial intelligence for his resume and letters of recommendation. He successfully passes virtual interviews, demonstrating the growing influence of AI in hiring processes. In South Korea, a company is developing a robot firefighter capable of withstanding extreme temperatures and entering high-risk areas without endangering human lives. This breakthrough sparks debate about the future of rescue operations. In Japan, a bullet train reaches speeds of over 375 miles per hour in testing, setting a new record and bringing ultra-fast travel even closer. The technology promises to connect cities in record time. In Australia, scientists are successfully growing heat-resistant coral to combat the destruction of the Great Barrier Reef. This method seeks to preserve marine ecosystems threatened by climate change. In the United States, a young man creates low-cost custom prosthetics using 3D printers for children with disabilities, transforming lives with accessible and innovative solutions. In Norway, the world's longest floating tunnel is being installed, designed to withstand storms and giant waves, allowing for safe maritime transport in dangerous waters. In Mexico, archaeologists discover an underground passageway beneath the Kukulkan Pyramid, revealing secrets of the Mayan civilization and offering clues about unknown rituals. In Switzerland, a startup is developing a smartwatch capable of measuring blood glucose levels without needing to prick blood, a crucial advance for people with diabetes. In Egypt, restorers are using laser technology to restore color to ancient temple reliefs, showing how they originally looked thousands of years ago. In Canada, a fully automated vertical farming system is being created, capable of producing vegetables year-round regardless of the weather, optimizing the use of space and resources. An acoustic experiment attempts to break a glass cup with sound alone. A horn, a frequency generator, and a strobe light are used to observe how it vibrates. When a precise frequency, around 556 Hz, is reached, the glass can break. The Sea Breacher is a semi-submersible jet ski with a design inspired by dolphins and sharks. Created by Rob Innes and Dan Piazza, founders of Innespace Productions in New Zealand, it can jump, spin, and partially submerge like a marine animal. A car's steering wheel shouldn't turn on its own. Since it's connected to the steering system, if it does so uncontrollably, it could indicate a mechanical or electronic failure that requires immediate attention to avoid accidents. In rural areas of France, baguette vending machines operate 24 hours a day. They store pre-baked bread in cold storage and finish baking it before delivering it, always offering warm, crispy bread. The wolf spider, a member of the Lycosidae family, is famous for its maternal instinct. The female carries an egg sac in her abdomen, and when hatched, the young climb onto her back until they molt for the first time. It is found in Europe, America, Asia, and Africa. A decorative trend creates cloudy skies indoors using synthetic filler and LED light strips on the ceiling. Some systems simulate lightning and even synchronize the effect with sound to generate realistic storms. In Japan, hydraulic presses are used to process scrap cars. Under enormous pressure, they convert vehicles into compact cubes, making them easier to transport and subsequently recycle in industrial plants. The infinite dodecahedron is a 12-sided lamp that uses LED lights and mirrors to create the illusion of endless space. Its hypnotic effect is achieved through multiple reflections within. Tug-of-war, also known as rope tug, is a strength sport where two teams compete by pulling a rope. It was part of the Olympic Games between 1,900 and 1,920, and international championships are still held. Knickers, a Holstein bull, lives in Western Australia. He is almost 6.5 feet tall and weighs nearly 3,100 pounds. He became famous for far exceeding the average size of a common bull. Some fish form a whirlpool by swimming in a spiral. This group movement can confuse predators or promote reproduction, and is observed both in aquariums and in the sea. Pure water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit under normal pressure. If impurities or pressure fluctuations are present, the freezing point changes. Brittle ice, formed by rapid cooling, supports little weight and breaks easily. In Japan, a seagull was filmed landing on another seagull in mid-flight. This act, although rare, has nothing to do with courtship or mating. It is simply atypical behavior within the species. Did you know that in North Korea, citizens must hand over their droppings to the government to use as fertilizer? Each resident must meet an annual quota set by the authorities. In the Karak district of Pakistan, there's an ingenious but dangerous way to transport cooking gas. Locals extract natural gas with a hose and store it in huge plastic bags, a technique known as bag gas. This material uses a set of lenses to deflect light around it. If you stand behind it, you're virtually invisible to anyone looking straight at you. At 70 years old, Chow Smith celebrated his birthday by running 7 marathons on 7 continents in just 7 days. His feat, accomplished between January 25 and 31, 2017, included Australia, Singapore, Egypt, the Netherlands, New York, Chile, and Antarctica. The world's largest restaurant is in Chongqing, China, and is called Pipa Yuan. Occupying the entire side of a mountain, it has 900 tables and space for 6,000 people. If you stand at the top, it takes up to 30 minutes to get there from the parking lot. Sometimes, it's almost impossible to get a table. In Changsha, China, there's a store where every product is gigantic. Chips, cookies, noodles, and much more. Thousands of people visit it daily to try these curious and unique snacks. In 2015, Microsoft created the world's quietest room. The silence is so extreme that you can hear your heart, bones, lungs, and even your blood flowing. The record stay is 4 hours and 22 minutes, as staying there for too long can drive anyone crazy. Flip is a unique boat that can be placed vertically by sinking its stern and leaving its bow floating. This makes it an extremely stable research platform in the open sea. The Neutrino Power Cube is a device capable of generating electricity without sun, water, or wind. It captures invisible radiation and transforms it into enough energy for a family of 4 or 5. The British company Tenfold Engineering created a foldable house that transforms from a cube into a home in a matter of minutes. It can be easily installed anywhere in the world. Some McDonald's restaurants in China have replaced their seats with stationary bicycles. Pedaling at 12 miles per hour burns 300 calories in half an hour, the equivalent of 5 minutes for each McNugget. A complete combo of hamburger, fries, and soda would require an hour and a half without stopping. In the 1970s, Sony and Philips created the CD, 4.5 inches in diameter and 60 minutes of music. Sony's president asked to expand it to include Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, which lasts 74 minutes. In Japan, there is a restaurant staffed by people with varying degrees of memory loss. 37% of the time, they write down your order incorrectly, so you never know what you're going to get. The Kola well in Russia is the deepest hole dug by man, reaching 40,230 feet. Recordings from inside are disturbing to many. A monk in India plants rice on his head to improve its growth. He sleeps sitting up and knows when to water by feeling his dry skin. When the rice ripens, he harvests it, eats it, and replants it. In Taiwan, some smart traffic lights include screens that rotate to show you the right direction to go. Japan has developed a drug that will regrow lost teeth. It is expected to be available for human use in 2030. La Tomatina in Buñol, Spain, brings together thousands of people who throw ripe tomatoes at each other in a friendly battle in the streets. A South Korean company created artificial intelligence so people can make video calls with deceased relatives. AI recreates them digitally using photos and videos to enable a virtual conversation. Google Images was born thanks to the famous dress Jennifer Lopez wore at the 2000 Grammy Awards. The huge number of searches motivated the creation of the image search function. In Japan, public restrooms have transparent walls to check if they are clean or occupied. When locked, a special coating makes them opaque to ensure privacy. At the 1912 Olympic Games, a Japanese marathon runner abandoned the race and returned to his country without warning. He was considered missing in Sweden for 50 years. In 1966, he finished the race, clocking a time of 54 years, 8 months, and 6 days. A cane with red and white stripes indicates that the person has vision and hearing problems. At a Beatty FC game, fans threw 19,000 stuffed animals onto the field. All were donated so that no homeless child would be left without a Christmas present. The pasta brand Barilla has playlists on Spotify with the exact cooking times for al dente. The Sinclair C5 was an electric vehicle that was born before its time. Introduced to the public in early 1985, it was a one-person electric tricycle powered by a 12-volt lead-acid battery that gave it a range of just over 20 miles. In space, astronauts cannot cry normally. Due to the lack of gravity, tears don't fall, but rather accumulate in the eyes and can form liquid bubbles that float. This is not only uncomfortable, but can also impair vision. One of the most creative ads showed how cars entering a tunnel appeared to be sucked into a giant vacuum cleaner. This visual effect gave the impression that the tunnel was part of the device itself, thus achieving a very striking advertising impact. Drink cans can harbor many bacteria on their surfaces. Even after cleaning them with clothing, a napkin, or alcohol-based hand sanitizer, potentially harmful microorganisms remain. In Colombia, Sim Tuba is known as the Devil Man for his extreme appearance, piercings, tattoos, and even 2 horns implanted in his forehead. His goal is to resemble the traditional devil as closely as possible. The most expensive object on the planet is not a yacht or a mansion, but the Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland. This extremely complex particle accelerator costs billions of dollars and is used to investigate the fundamental mysteries of the universe. Carom is a billiards-like finger game that is very popular in India. The objective is to place all the pieces of one color into the holes on the board before your opponent. Omar Barati, an Indian man, has been raising his right arm for over 50 years. Since 1973, he decided to never lower it again as an act of penance and peaceful protest against war. Over time, his bones and cartilage petrified, making it irreversible. In Malaga, Spain, there are rotating houses called Sun House 360. Designed to face the sun, they absorb solar energy that they use at night, saving up to 70% on energy consumption. The Crespin bird has a peculiar dance that combines jumps and spins to attract a mate or defend its territory. This curious behavior has been recorded and disseminated for its originality. One of the most ingenious donation campaigns was an interactive poster with a card reader. When passed, an animation of bread being cut and shared with a family in need appeared, generating a strong visual impact. Most polar bears are left-handed, meaning they use their left paw more for hunting and handling objects. This curious fact has been observed in studies of animal behavior in their natural habitat. In Brazil, scientists produce mosquitoes infected with a bacteria that blocks the transmission of viruses such as dengue fever and Zika. The goal is to release 5 billion over 10 years to reduce these diseases. In Japan, manhole covers are painted with unique artistic designs depending on the city. These motifs range from landscapes to local characters, becoming small works of street art. Osmium is the densest and rarest material on the planet. To obtain a small amount, more than 200 tons of rock must be extracted. There is an artificial intelligence beauty pageant where all the contestants are computer-created models. No real people participate, setting a precedent for virtual pageants. The tornado omelet is a typical South Korean dish. It consists of an omelet that, when cooked, rolls into a spiral, creating a colorful and attractive presentation. The Karlstrat vessel can clean the seabed in seconds. It uses a pressurized capsule to dry the seabed and allow workers to walk on it. Although it may seem like a peaceful job, it involves extreme pressure and temperature conditions. Did you know that peacock feathers are actually brown? Their microscopic structure scatters light in a way that creates an iridescent blue and green effect. This optical phenomenon is what makes them appear such vibrant colors, even though they aren't. This is what a rain cloud looks like from the inside. A skydiver, equipped with a camera, passed through a cloud, showing how it fills with condensation droplets. Eventually, it appears on the other side, as if it had crossed a curtain of water suspended in the sky. The cordyceps fungus is famous for infecting ants and controlling their nervous system. Once infected, the ant leaves its colony and climbs to a specific spot where it clings to a leaf or branch. There, the fungus grows and releases spores to infect more nearby ants. In ancient Rome, when someone had to tell the truth in a trial, they didn't swear on the Bible as they do today. Instead, they would squeeze their testicles with their right hand as a symbol of sincerity. The word witness comes from this peculiar custom. In Amsterdam, there are bicycle parking lots that transform pedaling energy into electricity for streets and homes. This is possible thanks to generators on the wheels that store the energy in batteries. It is an alternative to solar panels on historic buildings. Until now, the only sport practiced outside of Earth has been golf. In 1971, American astronaut Alan Shepard played on the lunar surface, becoming the first and only interplanetary golfer. In Portugal, there is the Das Mares swimming pool, designed by architect Álvaro Siza. Its oceanfront location creates a spectacular contrast between the clear water and the dark ocean. It is considered a national monument and World Heritage Site by UNESCO and is an icon of contemporary architecture. In a corner of China, the Yuanyang terraces spread over 300 acres of rice fields. Locals shaped the mountainous terrain for centuries, creating a landscape that changes colors with the seasons. A masterpiece of agricultural engineering and natural beauty. The Crockett House Bar Restaurant, built in 1765, features a tilted structure due to the collapse of its foundations. The unevenness, caused by mining, creates curious optical illusions inside, where walls and objects appear to twist. In Egypt, a group of professional divers decided to play underwater poker in the Gulf of Aqaba. Using sturdy cards and controlling their oxygen tanks, they demonstrated that even a board game can become an underwater experience. Ghanaian chef Pipula Achuo is famous for sculpting lifelike figures in margarine. At 55 years old and with a career in prestigious European restaurants, his works are exhibited at culinary events for their level of detail and artistic precision. The frozen waves photographed by surfer Jonathan Ford are a phenomenon that requires temperatures below 28 degrees Fahrenheit, low salinity, and gentle waves. The result is a natural spectacle where the sea seems frozen in time. In Sweden, there's the Utter Inn Hotel, a floating cabin with one room submerged beneath Lake Mälaren. Without conventional electricity, but with heating and drinking water, it offers complete isolation, 1,640 feet from any neighbors. The Great Blue Hole in Belize is 410 feet deep and is home to unique reefs. It is one of the most coveted destinations for divers and scientists, as well as home to several species of sharks. The spiny turtle, native to mountainous areas, grows to 9 inches and has a pointed shell that changes color with age. It camouflages itself with dried leaves, although it is threatened by illegal trade and habitat loss. Pantone 448C is considered the ugliest color in the world, a mix of dark brown and greenish gray. Studies show it provokes feelings of dirtiness, which is why several governments use it on cigarette packaging to discourage consumption. The Myco-Estnidae marmoset primate, endemic to Brazil, measures less than 20 inches and has lead-gray fur. Its name honors Professor Horacio Estnidae, a biodiversity expert. Deforestation puts it at serious risk of extinction. New York-based artist Jasmine uses yeast to create living works. She manipulates the growth of bacteria to form patterns that can last up to 6 months, requiring a precise and controlled process. The Van Allen belts are radiation zones formed by solar particles trapped by the Earth's magnetosphere. They protect the atmosphere but can damage satellites if not properly shielded. In Birmingham, the Rot Smokehouse restaurant serves the world's largest pizza with a diameter of almost 4 feet. Their portions are baked separately due to their enormous size. Keratoprosthetics replace diseased corneas with artificial versions, giving the eyes a robotic appearance. This advancement helps people who cannot receive natural transplants and have severe damage. In Indonesia, Abdullah Shah raises a Bengal tiger that consumes 22 pounds of meat a day. He adopted it when it was just 3 months old and keeps it as a pet, despite the risks and extreme care it requires. The Nitronic ST730T robot strips cables with millimeter precision and high speed. It only needs data on the thickness and cutting lengths to be entered to complete the job automatically. In Australia, Tabata Andrade tattooed the KFC logo on her mouth after negotiating with her parents, who allowed her to only use something very important to her. She chose her favorite restaurant without a second thought. Canadian makeup artist Mimi Choi creates optical illusions by painting fast food on faces. Her techniques integrate facial features into the design, achieving results so realistic they resemble digital filters. The female elephant Charisma lives in a London zoo and is famous for her painting. With 100 zero muscles and a finger in her trunk to hold brushes, she creates live works while her keepers guide her through pigments. The color of a hen's earlobes predicts the color of her eggs. If they are red, they will be brown. If they are white, they will be white. This method is used in agriculture to classify poultry production. Artist Giovanni Contardi uses Rubik's Cubes to create portraits of celebrities such as Will Smith or Robert Downey Jr. Each work can require up to 6,000 pieces and 6 months of work. The Korowai people, native to a remote region of Indonesia, live in elevated dwellings that reach up to 150 feet above the ground. They build these structures among the treetops to remain safe from predators, pests, floods, and supernatural entities. This strategic height also gives them a privileged view of potential threats. Luba is a 1-month-old woolly mammoth calf discovered in the Siberian permafrost in 2007. This prehistoric creature inhabited the Earth approximately 42,000 years ago. Her body was incredibly intact, even preserving traces of milk in her stomach. Thanks to the eternal ice, her tissues and organs were preserved in great detail. Today, she is part of an exhibit at a scientific institution in Russia. The EHang 216 is an autonomous, electrically powered aerial vehicle designed for short or inner-city journeys. It has space for 2 occupants, can soar to 9,800 feet, and reaches speeds of 80 miles per hour. Its range allows it to cover approximately 22 miles in just over 20 minutes. It runs on rechargeable batteries that require 2 hours for a full charge. The World Wood Sports Camp in the Alps is a competition where lumberjacks compete in speed and precision using saws, axes, and chainsaws. Each round is scored, and the winner is the one with the most points. The Bowery is a famous well in India, built in 800 AD. Its architecture resembles a temple, is about 66 feet deep, and its walls are designed to collect more water during the rains. John Rich managed to sneak into Super Bowl 35 without paying, thanks to his friendship with players and bar owners. He never faced legal penalties despite his repeated infiltration of games. A group of doctors discovered that rinsing your mouth after brushing your teeth reduces the effect of fluoride, as water partially eliminates it. Therefore, they recommend spitting out toothpaste but not rinsing to maximize its protection. A machine built by Daniel DeBring has 100 connected gears that rotate at different speeds, making it extremely slow. Each gear must rotate 10 times for the next to rotate once, which makes it unique. In Chile's Atacama Desert, there are areas where no rain has fallen for more than 4 centuries, making it one of the driest places on the planet. The octopus has 3 hearts, and its blood is blue due to the presence of hemocyanin, a copper-rich protein. Bees can recognize human faces, using a mental process similar to the one humans use to identify familiar faces. In Iceland, there are no traditional surnames. Instead, patronymics are used, indicating the father's or mother's name followed by son or daughter. The Great Wall of China is not visible from the moon with the naked eye, contrary to the popular myth that has circulated for decades. Chess has more possible combinations of games than there are atoms in the observable universe, making it a virtually infinite game. In Japan, vending machines sell everything from umbrellas and flowers to fresh eggs and hot ramen. Giraffes sleep less than 2 hours a day, spread out over several very short naps to stay alert for predators. At Kyoto University, Japan, graduation ceremonies are anything but traditional. Instead of a cap and gown, students appear dressed as anything they can think of: superheroes, anime characters, inflatable dinosaurs, or even a giant banana. The world's best-selling beer isn't Corona, Heineken, or Budweiser. The #1 spot is held by Snow Beer, a Chinese brand that sells more than 100 million hectoliters a year. Although almost no one knows it outside of China, it's a huge success within the country thanks to its extremely low price and large number of consumers. Achieving a Guinness record sounds glorious, but the truth is, you don't get paid anything. All you receive is a certificate and the fame of having done something incredible. Some take advantage of the recognition to give lectures, secure sponsorships, or appear in the media. But all that depends on the cleverness of the winner. In 2014, Queen Elizabeth II visited the set of Game of Thrones and was offered a seat on the iconic Iron Throne. With a smile, she declined, preferring to simply observe it. Some say it was due to protocol, as the monarch could only sit on her own throne. Elaine Davidson, originally from Brazil, holds the record for the person with the most piercings in the world, more than 11,000 across her body. She started in 1,997 and never stopped, accumulating jewelry on her face, ears, arms, and even in unimaginable places. In Wisconsin Rapids, USA, there is a law that fines parents of children who bully others. If a child is caught bullying others, their parents can receive fines of up to $313. For some, it is an effective way to force adults to take responsibility. The word karaoke comes from Japanese. Kara means empty, and oke is an abbreviation for orchestra. The term literally means empty orchestra. It emerged in the 1970s in Japanese bars where customers could sing over instrumental music, a pastime that eventually became a global phenomenon. Imagine being served a dish that looks like a pile of black hair. Don't worry, it's not what you think. It's fat choy, also known as black moss or desert seaweed. It's very popular in Chinese cuisine during the Lunar New Year because its name sounds similar to prosperity in Chinese. Fujifilm launched the Instax PAL camera, the smallest in its line of instant cameras. At first glance, it seems revolutionary, but there's a curious detail. It doesn't print photos on its own. It only captures digital images that are then sent to an Instax printer. Drinking more than 3 soft drinks a day can put your smile at risk. Studies show that it increases the chance of cavities and tooth loss by 62%. Some blame sugar and acids directly, while others believe that with good hygiene and visits to the dentist, the damage wouldn't be as serious. Among the rarest animals in the world is the proboscis monkey of Borneo. Males have a protruding nose that can measure up to 4 inches. It's not an ornament. It serves as a voice amplifier. The larger the nose, the louder the call, and the more attractive it is to females. Fire hydrants, those red water inlets we see on the streets, have a curious and mysterious origin. It is believed that they originated when, in the 18th century, firefighters drilled holes in wooden pipes to draw water and then plugged the hole with a cork. In film and television, film crews often wear black. This isn't a fad or a coincidence. They do so to avoid camera reflections and not distract the viewer from the scenes. This discreet detail is key to making the magic of movies work without anyone noticing who's behind the camera. There are glasses called clip-reading glasses that have no temples or sidearms. They attach directly to the bridge of the nose and are so compact they fit in a pocket or behind a cell phone. They are designed for people looking for something practical and ultralight. There is a device called Kudak that works like a mini aquatic jetpack. With it, you can swim underwater at high speeds effortlessly, as if you were a motorized dolphin. It uses electric propulsion and allows you to reach surprising speeds without tiring. In Thailand, there is a curious technique for releasing anger without harming anyone. It consists of molding a clay statue with the face of the person you dislike and then destroying it by beating it to pieces. According to those who practice it, it is a very effective method for releasing tension and symbolically venting. A young man named Gokman Doan became famous for his resemblance to Cristiano Ronaldo. He has the same haircut, facial expressions, and even similar gestures. Thanks to this, he has participated in public events, posed with fans, and taken advantage of his uncanny resemblance to make a name for himself in the world. Moonwalkers are futuristic shoes that allow you to walk much faster without having to run. They work with motorized wheels that activate when you take steps, increasing normal speed by up to 5 times. They're like smart skates that adapt to your gait. On the island of Vanuatu, in Oceania, paying $10,000 can make you a citizen. This includes a passport and visa-free access to dozens of countries. Until recently, travel to the European Union was allowed, but this benefit was withdrawn in 2024 due to security concerns. Although it may seem like a thing of the past, modern piracy exists and remains dangerous, especially off the coast of Somalia. Merchant ships today defend themselves with barbed wire, water cannons, and deterrent methods. Interestingly, they almost never use firearms, as they are expensive. A mushroom called the witch's cauldron grows in cold forests in the northern hemisphere. Inside, it holds a dark liquid that some drink or use on their skin as a natural remedy. Its presence indicates a healthy forest and also enriches the soil. In Lanzarote, there is a restaurant inside a volcanic lava flow. Built among rocks formed by ancient eruptions, it looks like something out of this world. Dining there is a bit pricey, but the experience is unique. The Great Mosque of Ali in Iraq is one of the holiest temples for Shia Muslims. It has golden domes, glittering mosaics, and thousands of precious stones. Every year, millions of pilgrims travel there to pray. The famous Amber Room was covered in gold and amber, so much so that it was called the eighth wonder of the world. During World War II, it mysteriously disappeared. Today, a replica exists, but the original is still lost. Interactive maps show live cyber attacks across the globe. Each colored line represents an attempt to steal data or attack governments and companies. Anyone can enter for free and see the invisible war of the internet. In the jungles of the Americas, there is the walking palm, capable of moving in search of light. Its aerial roots grow sideways, and over time, the plant moves a few inches per year. It doesn't walk like an animal, but it can change location. In Colombia, there is the Zipaquirá Salt Cathedral, built 590 feet underground. It is entirely made of salt and stone, with tunnels, sculptures, and even a monumental altar. It is one of the most impressive tourist attractions in the country. The Japanese wisteria creates tunnels of flowers that seem like fantasy. Its violet, white, or pink clusters cover sweetly scented paths. Some specimens are over 150 years old and form floral ceilings that seem endless. A single swallow can eat up to 850 mosquitoes a day. Its fast and precise flight makes it an excellent natural pest controller. Thanks to them, insects don't get out of control in many places. In Malaga, there's a town that looks like something out of the Smurfs movie. In 2011, all its houses were painted blue to promote the film, and the residents decided to leave it that way. Since then, it has attracted tourists from all over the world. Bamboo is the fastest growing plant on the planet. Some species can grow almost 3 feet in a single day. Its root system stores energy, which drives it to grow at surprising speeds. Charcoal is produced by heating wood without oxygen, in a process called pyrolysis. Instead of burning, the wood decomposes, leaving a black, carbon-rich material. Ancient civilizations already used it as fuel. The stuffed caterpillar looks harmless with its soft fur, but it's actually poisonous. Its hidden spines can cause intense pain, dizziness, and rashes. It lives in America and is considered one of the most dangerous caterpillars. In Alaska, they celebrate the 4th of July by driving old cars off a cliff. The decorated cars fly through the air before crashing in front of hundreds of spectators. It's a mix of spectacle, fun, and extreme recycling. In some parts of the world, human teeth are sold as if they were just another commodity. In India, there are street stalls selling dentures made from real teeth, even obtained from cemeteries. They are cleaned, polished, and adapted for reuse, sparking debates about hygiene and legality. In Jaipur, India, there is the Hawa Mahal, better known as the Palace of the Winds. It was built in 1799 with 953 tiny windows that let air in, keeping the interior cool without the need for fans. It also allowed royal women to observe the city unseen. In the Netherlands, there is the Corpus Museum, a unique experience that allows you to tour the inside of a giant human body. There you walk among organs, systems, and neurons while learning how the body works. At 115 feet high and featuring interactive technology, entering is like taking a trip yourself. In Cozumel, Mexico, a tourist submarine called Atlantis Submarines takes you to the bottom of the sea without getting wet. It descends to 100 feet, revealing reefs, tropical fish, and a sunken ship. It has air conditioning, large windows, and has become a popular attraction, even visited by celebrities. In Bogotá, Colombia, there's a Simpsons house converted into an Airbnb called Simpsonlandia. Everything is decorated like the show. The living room sofa, the kitchen, Bart and Lisa's bedrooms, and even hidden references in every corner. Spending the night there is like stepping into Springfield. Japan created the electric salt spoon, a spoon that makes you taste salt without actually having it. It sends small electrical impulses to the tongue, activating salty taste receptors. It's designed for people who need to reduce sodium and is already being tested in restaurants to offer healthier dishes. In China, there are public restrooms with smart urinals that can analyze your health in seconds. They detect glucose, protein, and other indicators, displaying the results on screen or sending them to your phone. Some models even store the user's digital medical history. Pitcher plants, also called nepenthes, look like cups, but they are death traps. Their interior contains a sweet liquid that attracts insects and small animals, but once they enter, they cannot escape. Some have been found to digest frogs and even small rodents. In Dubai, the P7 license plate was auctioned for $15 million, making it the most expensive in the world. Having just a few letters or numbers on a license plate is a status symbol greater than the car itself. For many, it's a way to show off wealth at its finest. In Portugal, the Alcobaça Monastery has a very peculiar entrance, the fat sticking door. It was so narrow that it served to control the monks' diet, as anyone who didn't pass through had to fast longer. Today, tourists pass through it as a fun challenge. Crows have a curious method for getting rid of parasites. They lie down in anthills and wait for ants to walk on them. These release formic acid, a natural anti-parasitic that cleans them. Other birds like blackbirds and starlings also use this strange ant bath. A baby named Thaddeus Daniel Pierce was born in 2024 from an embryo frozen since 1994. He spent 30 years preserved before being implanted, setting a world record. His case raises debates about biotechnology, fertility, and even the possibility of embryos waiting centuries to be born. There is a helicopter that costs as much as a new car. The composite FXX can be purchased for $52,000 and comes as a kit or ready to fly. It is light, fast, and inexpensive to maintain, designed for aviation enthusiasts on a budget. Not all pineapples are yellow. There are exotic varieties like the Ruby Glow, with its deep red skin, or the Pink Glow, with its unique pink flesh. Grown in Costa Rica, they are sold as luxury fruits, and a single one can cost more than $20. Tilda Swinton is a British actress who seems to have come from another world. With ancestry dating back over 1,000 years, she studied with Princess Diana but chose an alternative artistic path. She lives in Scotland, has slept in museum glass cases, and her androgynous appearance has made her a Hollywood enigma. In Monaco, millionaires live surrounded by luxury without worrying about taxes. There is no income tax, no VAT, no taxes on wealth or capital gains. Plus, its streets lined with luxury cars, the famous Grand Prix, and the Mediterranean climate make it a dream destination. A Pixar fan built a real WALL-E after 2 years of work. He didn't use 3D printers or kits. Each piece was precisely handcrafted to move and sound like the original. Its creator didn't make it to sell, but to take it to children's hospitals and bring smiles. On Mackinac Island, Michigan, automobiles have been banned since 1898. Its cobblestone streets are reserved for bicycles, carriages, and horses, giving it a sense of a trip back in time. Victorian houses, traditional suites, and a peaceful atmosphere attract thousands of tourists each year. Jason Statham, today's action star, started out selling fake perfumes and jewelry in London. He was also a professional diver, representing England in international competitions. His big break came when Guy Ritchie cast him in a film, and he hasn't stopped since. Glass gem is a corn so colorful it looks like it's made of jewels. Its kernels shine in shades of blue, purple, gold, and green, the result of years of seed selection by a Cherokee farmer. Although it's not suitable for regular popcorn, it can be used in flour, decorations, or multicolored popcorn. The Badoma tribe in Zimbabwe is known as the ostrich-footed tribe. Many of its members are born with a genetic condition called extradactyly, which leaves them with only 2 toes on each foot. This peculiarity helps them move easily through the jungle and mountains. In some zoos around the world, visitors end up inside cages, while tigers and lions roam free. This experience, known as an inverted zoo, offers a wild and direct encounter with the animals. In China, you can even feed them meat through the bars. In Portugal, the Peña Palace stands, a multicolored castle built on the ruins of a monastery destroyed by lightning and an earthquake. Its creator, King Ferdinand II, designed it as an architectural fantasy full of vibrant colors. Today, it is a World Heritage Site and receives millions of visitors each year. In the United Kingdom, there are trees filled with coins embedded in their trunks. This tradition, known as wishing trees, arose from the belief that they could cure illnesses or bring good fortune. Some trees hold thousands of coins, transformed into authentic sculptures of superstition and hope. The colorful stained glass windows in churches are created using an ancient technique called stained glass. It consists of joining small fragments of colored glass with lead, and when light passes through it, it projects a magical spectacle. In addition to art, they functioned as visual Bibles for those who could not read in the Middle Ages. In Seoul, South Korea, there is the Starfield Library, a free public library located in a shopping mall. It houses more than 50 books on shelves about 43 feet high that look like something out of a futuristic movie. Tourists from all over the world visit it, even if they are not book lovers. In the city of Braga, Portugal, is the sanctuary of Bom Jesus do Monte, famous for its zigzag Baroque staircase with more than 570 steps. Pilgrims often climb them on their knees as an act of faith. This World Heritage Site even preserves a hydraulic lift. In China, there are giant cockroach farms, where millions of them are raised in entire buildings. Far from being pests, they are used in traditional medicine, cosmetics, and as animal feed for their high protein content. Although many find them repulsive, they are considered a sustainable resource for the future. The longest pregnancy in the animal kingdom is that of the elephant, which gestates its young for 22 months. Baby elephants are born weighing around 220 pounds and can walk shortly after birth. This gives them the advantage of surviving from day one in the wild. The famous Tower of Babel may have actually existed, inspired by a structure called Etemenanke in ancient Babylon. This gigantic ziggurat reached a height of about 300 feet and was said to connect the earth to the sky. Today, only ruins remain, but archaeologists confirm that it was a real work. A waterfall that looks like burning lava exists in California. It's called Horsetail Fall, located within Yosemite National Park, and every February the sun illuminates it at just the right angle to make it look like fire pouring down the rock. Thousands of tourists and photographers travel each year just to see this natural spectacle. There's a Japanese ice cream that's more expensive than an iPhone. It's called Byakuya and costs around $6,700 for just 4.4 ounces. It's made with white truffles from Italy, sake, gourmet cheeses, and even edible gold leaf. There's one animal that seems to smile all the time. It's the quokka, an Australian marsupial that has earned the title of the happiest in the world. Its little face makes it always look cheerful, and although it's actually just its natural form, it became famous for taking selfies with tourists. In Canada, there's a street so long that walking its entire length could take more than a day. It's called Yonge Street and is about 35 miles long, winding through neighborhoods, towns, and forested areas. Although it no longer holds the official record, it remains a historic icon of Toronto. There's a cruise ship you can live on forever. It's called the World, and it's a luxury residential boat where apartments cost between $2 and $15 million. It has restaurants, a spa, a golf course, and travels around the planet as a floating city for millionaires. In China, they built a pig farm in the shape of a skyscraper. It has 26 floors and the capacity to raise up to 650,000 animals per year. Each level has automatic feeding and ventilation systems, and even elevators to move the pigs between floors. Some people talk in their sleep without realizing it. This phenomenon is called somniloquy, and it can range from muttering to full confessions in the middle of their sleep. Although it's usually harmless, more than one person has revealed secrets that later cause problems upon waking up. A strange fish called the red-lipped bat looks like it's wearing makeup for a date. It lives in the depths of the Galapagos Islands and uses its fins as legs to walk instead of swim. Its bright red lips could be used to attract mates or confuse prey. In ancient Rome, people used urine as mouthwash. The ammonia it contained helped clean and whiten teeth, and it was even sold in jugs for personal hygiene. Although it sounds disgusting, they weren't far off the mark. Valentina Vasilyev, an 18th century Russian peasant, gave birth to 69 children. She had 27 pregnancies with twins, triplets, and quadruplets, never a single baby. Her case still amazes doctors and scientists due to its incredible biology. In the Amazon, a fungus capable of feeding on plastic was discovered. It's called Pestilodiopsis microspora and can digest polyurethane, even in the absence of oxygen. It could be key to combating pollution in the future. The famous ogre Shrek was inspired by a real person, Maurice Tillet, a French wrestler. He suffered from acromegaly, a disease that deformed his bones, giving him a very similar appearance to the character. Despite discrimination, he became a star in the ring. There is an electric car called Kangaroo that allows you to drive without getting out of a wheelchair. It has an automatic ramp, motorcycle, or joystick-like controls, and was designed to give independence to people with reduced mobility. Inclusive technology that changes lives. In the United Kingdom, they created a robotic fish named Gilbert that eats microplastics. It swims like a real fish and filters the water with artificial gills, trapping polluting particles. A futuristic solution that is already being tested in seas and rivers. The longest train journey in the world covers more than 11,000 miles. It departs from Portugal and ends in Singapore, crossing 13 countries in 21 days. It's like traveling halfway around the planet on rails, a legendary experience for extreme travelers. In Miami, there's a floating paddle tennis court on the sea. It was built with recycled materials and designed to be completely sustainable. It's already a social media phenomenon, with celebrities and athletes wanting to play there. In India, there's a tree that looks like an entire forest. It's called Timama Marimanu, a banyan tree that occupies more than 204,500 square feet with branches that take root and become fake trunks. It's more than 550 years old and is considered sacred. Elon Musk opened a restaurant called Tesla Diner in Hollywood. There, the waiters are robots, you can watch movies from your car, and order directly from your Tesla screen. It combines a retro drive-in theater with a futuristic touch. In Norway, there's Iris, a floating restaurant in the middle of the sea. It's inside a giant structure called Salmon Eye and offers a multi-sensory haute cuisine experience. Each dish seeks to raise awareness about the impact of fishing on the oceans. There's already a car with a built-in drone to explore the surroundings. The drone can take off from the roof and record aerial videos while you drive. This combines transportation, safety, and fun into a single technological experience. The sea contains salts because rivers carry minerals from the land. Over time, these minerals concentrate and give the water its characteristic flavor. It's a natural cycle that has occurred for millions of years in all oceans. Many of the challenges in the Squid Game series were inspired by real children's games. Even sets were designed to faithfully reproduce the aesthetics of Korean games. This helped the series feel terrifyingly relatable and authentic. In some parts of Asia, a soup is preserved that has been cooked continuously for decades. New ingredients are added every day without discarding what was already there. The result is a deep flavor found in no other preparation. Every person has a unique fingerprint pattern that no one else can replicate. This makes them perfect tools for identification and security. Even identical twins have different fingerprints. The title of World's Strongest Man is currently held by someone outside of Europe. This breaks the common idea that the strongest competitors always come from that continent. His extreme training and discipline are the key to his incredible strength. The famous Toy Story figure inspired a robot that mimics his movements. It can walk, turn, and perform gestures like the animated character. It's an example of how science fiction becomes reality. There is a Guinness World Record for the person with the largest recorded mouth. Its opening exceeds what is normally considered possible for a human. This has been officially documented and measured. Studies reveal that dumbbells and gym machines accumulate millions of bacteria. Sweat and constant contact turn them into breeding grounds for microbes. Cleaning and disinfecting equipment is essential for safe training. The name YouTube combines U and tube. The idea was that anyone could create their own channel and share videos. Thus, one of the largest digital content platforms in the world was born. Louis Vuitton built a massive boat in Shanghai, combining luxury and unique design, turning it into a floating icon that attracts everyone's attention. This project demonstrates how fashion can transcend clothing and delve into maritime experiences. Somewhere in Asia, there is a bamboo bridge capable of supporting tons of weight, thanks to ancient techniques and surprisingly advanced engineering. This bridge proves that natural materials can be incredibly strong and durable. The world's most compact skateboard fits easily into a backpack, revolutionizing urban mobility. Despite its small size, it maintains high performance and speed. It is ideal for those looking for comfortable transportation without sacrificing style. Thousands of years ago, Mount Everest was underwater, revealing drastic changes in the planet's geography. This fact astonishes geologists and adventurers alike. The history of the Earth is full of transformations that defy our imagination. Some birds, like the ground hornbill, have eyelashes longer than a model's and need them to protect their eyes from light and dust. This natural adaptation combines aesthetics and functionality. Biologists study these characteristics to better understand the evolution of species. There is a tiny cow that barely reaches 2 feet, about the size of a large dog. This rarity has surprised farmers and animal lovers. Its small size doesn't affect its personality or energy. The world's most expensive watch, valued at $20 million, blends craftsmanship, luxury, and advanced technology. Every detail is designed with extreme precision and exclusive materials. It's more than an accessory, it's a wearable work of art. China is home to the world's largest water park, Happy Valley, with impressive attractions and entertainment areas for all ages. Its scale and design make it a global tourist destination. The experience combines fun, adventure, and aquatic architecture. The world's largest bicycle measures 49 feet long, a giant on wheels that defies imagination and physics. It was built for records and exhibitions, showcasing human creativity in transportation. Operating it requires extreme coordination and a full team. China also boasts the country's most impressive train station, with modern architecture and cutting-edge technology. It is an efficient and visually stunning transportation hub. Its design reflects ambition and modernity in every detail. Europe's most famous and consumed coffee stands out for its aroma, flavor, and tradition. Each cup represents the culture, history, and daily rituals of millions of people. This coffee has set trends and styles on a continental scale. The world's first supercar, a Lamborghini Miura that was never sold, is a rarity in the automotive industry, created as a unique prototype. Its design and power make it legendary, but it never reached collectors' hands. This makes it an icon of luxury and experimentation. A dramatic rescue took place at sea after a girl fell overboard from a Disney cruise ship. Her feat was studied to understand how to survive dangerous falls into the water. Stories like this inspire both awe and caution. The Cartagena fortress is considered impenetrable and has defied history with its military architecture and strategic defense. Its construction withstood numerous attacks and remains a witness to the past. Today, it is a tourist icon and historical heritage site. A Japanese man survived the sinking of the Titanic, but his life after the disaster was not easy, as many people hated him for having survived while others perished. His story mixes heroism and controversy, showing how luck can breed resentment. A university in Munich, Germany, decided to install slides on its campus so students could release stress in a fun way. This idea seeks to improve mental health while fostering a more relaxed and creative environment. In China, there are twin towers that challenge the limits of modern architecture, with futuristic designs and impossible structures. These skyscrapers have become an icon of innovation and urban ambition. The word salary has a curious origin. It comes from the Latin word for salt, a resource so valuable that it was used as a form of payment. This demonstrates how certain essential goods shaped the ancient economy. There is a bird that hunts cobras by kicking them. Its hunting method is so surprising that it seems like something out of a fictional documentary, demonstrating nature's incredible adaptation. In 2013, Dynamo performed an astonishing act by achieving the impossible by walking on water, defying any physical rule of nature. Meanwhile, the crowd gathered to see something never before seen. A species of spider called the peacock spider, or Maratus volans, performs a spectacular peacock-like dance to attract a mate. Its complex and colorful movements are an example of how nature uses visual strategies to reproduce. The world's largest butterfly leaves everyone speechless with its size and beauty, with wings that look like works of art. This insect is a stunning example of nature's extreme diversity. China broke a world record by flying more than 11,000 drones simultaneously in the sky, creating an unprecedented technological spectacle. This feat combines precision, technology, and visual spectacle. In Croatia, there is a beach that changes naturally, as if it had a life of its own. This geographical phenomenon attracts tourists and scientists alike, marveling at its constant transformation. The world's largest telescope is located in Chile and allows for the observation of the cosmos in unprecedented detail. Its construction represents a milestone in modern astronomy and the pursuit of knowledge. In the heart of the Himalayas, in India, lies the most dangerous road in the world. This challenging road winds along impressive cliffs, where cars and vehicles are on the edge of a 1,640-foot-high slope. Only the most daring dare to cross it. In a small town in Mexico, Coca-Cola is more expensive than water, reflecting a curious phenomenon of price and consumption. The beverage has become an everyday luxury, while drinking water has become cheaper and more accessible. The Circus in Los Angeles combines luxury and affordable prices, offering a surprisingly affordable experience for those seeking comfort without spending a fortune. Its rooms and amenities make it stand out in the city of stars. It's an unexpected choice for tourists and frequent travelers. In Edinburgh, workers enjoy workdays of just 4 hours a day, a labor model that challenges traditional standards. Efficiency and productivity are prioritized over quantity of hours. This approach sparks debates about well-being and quality of life. Seeing Disney's Stitch in real life is unsettling. His tangible version maintains the character's charm, but with features that both surprise and frighten. The physical adaptation blends tenderness and strangeness. Many wonder what it would be like to live with him in the real world. Charles Manson was long considered one of humanity's most twisted criminals, and this video shows us much of his way of acting. In 2004, McDonald's launched its own video game console, attempting to enter the world of digital entertainment. The device unexpectedly combined fun and marketing. Although it wasn't a lasting success, it left a memorable curiosity. At Disneyland, pointing with just one finger is prohibited to avoid gestures that could be interpreted as rude or disrespectful. The regulation seeks to maintain the magic and harmony in the park. Thus, visitors learn to use more neutral and friendly gestures. The death cap is considered the most dangerous tree on the planet due to its highly toxic fruits and sap. Contact or ingestion can be fatal, prompting extreme caution. Despite its beauty, it is a natural hazard that inspires respect. A smart crib with artificial intelligence monitors babies, adjusting movements, sounds, and temperature to improve rest. The technology seeks to offer safety and comfort to modern parents. This invention combines childcare and technological advances. Lazy Town had unforgettable and unusual characters that remained in the memories of those who grew up watching them. From a superhero who promotes physical activity to villains with crazy plans, each character had unique and exaggerated traits. China has developed a hypersonic engine that promises to transform airplanes by 2025, allowing speeds never before seen in commercial or military flights. This technological advancement could reduce travel times and transform the aviation industry. The engineering behind this engine represents a giant leap in innovation. The world's largest solar plant is located in Honduras and supplies clean energy to millions of people. Its scale and efficiency set a precedent in renewable energy globally. This project demonstrates how countries can combine natural resources and technology for a sustainable future. A Tibetan Mastiff dog sold for $1.9 million, becoming one of the most expensive animals in the world. Its price is due to its rare breed, lineage, and exceptional abilities that make it unique. This case reflects the extent of the demand for exclusive pets. Starfish have a surprising anatomy. They don't have a rear end in the conventional sense, but they do have a digestive system that works in a complex way and is different from that of other animals. Their radial body and fascinating regeneration make them unique in the marine kingdom. Science is still discovering surprising details about their biology. In Dubai, millionaires wear a luxurious fabric worth a fortune, made with fine threads and rare materials. This garment combines exclusivity, fashion, and prestige, becoming a status symbol. The demand for such expensive textiles reflects the culture of extreme luxury in certain regions. The world's smallest horse is the size of a large dog, reaching only about 2 feet tall. Despite its diminutive size, it maintains the strength and endurance characteristic of horses. Its rarity makes it highly coveted among collectors and animal lovers. Bhutan has managed to virtually eliminate environmental pollution, becoming a global example of sustainability. The country implements strict conservation policies and promotes a balance between development and nature. Their model demonstrates that it is possible to live prosperously without harming the environment. The world's most futuristic LED basketball courts offer a stunning visual experience, combining technology with sport. Every move on the court lights up and generates interactive effects for players and spectators. This type of innovation redefines how modern sport is experienced and enjoyed. The world's oldest monastery still stands after 1,000 years, withstanding wars, earthquakes, and historical changes. Its architecture and cultural heritage make it a living testament to the past. Visitors can contemplate centuries of history and traditions preserved to this day. There are places like Barrow, Murmansk, and Tromsø, where the sun never rises for weeks. This phenomenon creates a mysterious and unique atmosphere, affecting the daily lives of its inhabitants. Adapting to these extreme conditions reflects human resilience to nature. Some airports hire trained eagles to scare away birds that could interfere with flights. These birds of prey patrol the airspace, preventing accidents and ensuring safety. Their specialized training turns the eagles into true guardians of the sky. The bristles of some makeup brushes hide an unpleasant secret. They can come from animals or even the remains of industrial production. Often they are not properly cleaned before reaching the consumer. This makes their hygiene and origin an important issue to review. In the Netherlands, there is a hotel in a town that look like something out of a fantasy story, with rooms and designs that are completely out of the ordinary. Every corner is surprising and full of creativity. Its architecture makes it a unique tourist destination for lovers of the strange and magical. Mission: Impossible 7 had a jaw-dropping budget of $450 million, including special effects and spectacular locations. Every dollar invested is reflected in the spectacular nature of the film. Its production demonstrates the extreme level of investment in modern action cinema. Austrian Stefan Kraft set a new world record in ski jumping with a stratospheric flight of 832 feet in 2017 in Norway during the Biennial Ski World Cup. The athlete's precision and courage left everyone breathless. The eagle is a surprisingly strong animal, capable of lifting prey much larger than a human. Its muscles and talons are powerful natural tools. This demonstrates how evolution creates amazing forces in nature. In Alice in Wonderland, the Red Queen and the White Queen hide symbolic messages about power and morality. The Red Queen is a tyrannical, dark, and disorderly ruler, the complete opposite of her sister, the White Queen, a kind and wise ruler who reigns over a peaceful and orderly version of the world. There is a road in China that disappears underwater during certain tides on Yongwu Highway in Jiangxi Province. This road crosses Poyang Lake without any tricks or magic. Its design and location make it unique and dangerous for those unfamiliar with it. It is a natural phenomenon that blends engineering and visual wonder. Horses need saliva to survive, as it helps them digest grass and maintain their digestive health. Without enough saliva, they could suffer serious problems. This curious detail highlights the complexity of equine biology. Samsung's first truck was an early project that few remember today. It marked the beginning of the logistics and mass distribution of its products. Its story is a reminder of how great tech empires began. The Selkirk Rex is a cat so rare it looks like a stuffed animal, with a curly, soft coat. Its appearance and behavior make it unique among felines. It's an example of how genetics can create amazing creatures. Lure Shu is a Taiwanese interior designer who has baffled the world by looking like a teenager, even though she's actually over 40. Her wrinkle-free face and flawless skin have earned her thousands of followers on social media. Without resorting to surgery or extreme treatments, her secret seems to be a combination of surprising genetics and healthy habits. Mad Charcoal is a visual artist whose specialty lies in the use of charcoal as his primary medium to bring to life portraits and landscapes full of expression and depth. His refined technique, combined with an unmistakable visual style, has allowed him to stand out within the contemporary art scene. Bashir Sultani, originally from Afghanistan but based in Canada, has distinguished himself in the art world thanks to his unique ability to create striking drawings with salt. Tommy Manis holds the women's world record for the longest ponytail, reaching an impressive 67.7 inches. This is the result of a constant commitment that began in 1990 and has made her an icon of hair perseverance. A resident of Knoxville, Tennessee, she has maintained this distinctive hairstyle for over 30 years. Murat Kolak, a German veterinary chiropractic specialist, has become widely recognized on digital platforms for applying therapeutic manual techniques to pets such as dogs, cats, and horses, seeking to improve their mobility and reduce muscle discomfort through precise adjustments and joint manipulations. This has generated a growing following among pet owners who value alternative care approaches. Following this marvel, in Japan, they employ a silent method to demolish buildings, Daruma Otoshi. Instead of explosions, they use machinery to dismantle floors from the top down, noiselessly, without massive impact, and with environmental precision. Ideal for densely populated areas like Tokyo. And then, would you dare to sleep hanging over mountains? In Italy, the Highline Meeting Festival brings together slackline enthusiasts suspended between mountains, even hanging from hammocks at extreme heights. Pure adrenaline, incredible views, and a global community for the bravest. A little later, a gigantic human crater was discovered in Yakutia, the Mirny open-pit mine. Bowl-shaped, it could swallow entire buildings and is one of the largest diamond mines on the planet, an impressive industrial footprint in the Russian Pacific. In Japan, the city of Nara is home to more than 1,000 deer that roam freely in the parks. According to folklore, they are divine messengers. They even cross streets at traffic lights, bow, and have been protected by law for centuries. In the entertainment world, Emerald Gordon Wolfe, a teenage contortionist famous for her appearances in productions such as The Conjuring 3, is striking. Since her time on America's Got Talent, she has gained thousands of followers for her mind-blowing talent. Continuing with curious inventions, an automatic hamster food dispenser is programmed to release food only when the rodent pulls a lever, keeping it entertained and well-fed with every attempt. In sports, there's Marcus Jurgens, an athlete who runs marathons. Backwards. He runs backward for fun and fitness, earning curious glances and strengthening his core in an unconventional way. In elite sports, Jamani Swanson is the shortest player on the Harlem Globetrotters. With tenacity, he compensated for his height with dedicated training, and today he excels on the court and serves as an inspiration. To protect yourself from the sun without the routine, there's Snappy Screen, a European machine that sprays sunscreen onto your body in 10 seconds, ideal for exclusive beaches. A team from the University of Miami created robotic feet with coffee and latex fibers, allowing robots to navigate rough terrain 40% faster. Technology is advancing toward the spectacular with Igor Negoda's propulsion arm, a turbojet device that generates enough thrust to propel itself into the air, and dreams of a personal flying future. In the US, the startup Lit Motors unveiled the Cone vehicle, a hybrid of a car and an electric motorcycle that self-balances, reaches speeds of up to 171 miles per hour, and offers 6 hours of autonomy. A girl named Emmy lives with her snake, Cher, as if it were a common pet. They grew up together, and their relationship is so close that they spend time cuddling. Cher was raised among humans, and Emmy learned to interact with her without fear. Disney has created humanoid robots called Stuntronics, capable of performing impossible acrobatics. They are designed to replace human stunt doubles on attractions at its theme parks. Lemon caviar is a finger-shaped fruit native to France. It contains acidic spheres inside that explode when bitten, offering a fresh, citrusy flavor. It is highly prized by haute cuisine chefs. The Barkley Marathon in Tennessee, USA, has only been completed by 18 people since 1986. Runners must cover about 224 miles with 65,600 feet of elevation gain. It is considered the toughest on the planet. Pastry chef Natalie Sidesurf creates hyper-realistic cakes that look like sculptures. She has replicated everything from human faces to entire meals. One of her viral cakes was an edible portrait of Willie Nelson. Bruce Campbell lives inside a Boeing 727 converted into a home. He bought and converted it in the middle of an Oregon forest. Now it's a unique tourist destination. Photos of the F-16C taken in low flight over Wales show the pilot in action. The sharpness is such that you can see every gesture on his face. Lucas Zanato, an artist commissioned by the Finnish brand Polig, created the world's smallest cup. Everything was scaled to make the tiniest coffee. Many advertisements. The world's largest Wurlitzer organ is at Organ Stop Pizza, Arizona. It has 1,074 keys and was inaugurated in 1972. Eating pizza with music like that is another level. Meet Francois Dorlain, a one-of-a-kind photographer who pushes the boundaries of creativity using only his iPhone and a lot of inventiveness. His work is characterized by merging everyday moments with iconic scenes from films and television series, resulting in surprising and original images that capture attention and imagination. The Candela Sate is a luxury yacht that soars above the water thanks to its advanced design, allowing it to fly over the waves. Its approximate price is $50,000, and it can reach a top speed of about 46 miles per hour. Although waves pose a challenge for this type of vessel, its designers assure that it is capable of sailing stably and efficiently, even in waves up to 5 feet high, providing a smooth and fast experience at sea. Selwa Hussein is the star of an astonishing medical story. She is the first woman in the United Kingdom to live thanks to an artificial heart she carries in a backpack. This vital device weighs about 13 pounds and is composed of a battery, a motor, and a pump that pushes air through tubes connected to plastic chambers installed in her chest. These chambers constantly inflate and deflate, allowing blood to circulate throughout the body. Stephanie Millinger, originally from Salzburg, Austria, was born on July 14, 1992, and has gained worldwide recognition for taking acrobatics and contortion to extreme levels. In the tropical rainforests of South America, there's a bird that's impossible to ignore: the umbrella bird. From the genus Cephalopterus, it sports an awning-like crest and a tie-like pendant on its chest. There are 3 known species, and its exotic appearance makes it one of the most unique birds in the world. On the other hand, there's an electric unicycle called the Emotion Adventure, which reaches speeds of 50 miles per hour and has a range of up to 124 miles, offering a compact and completely sustainable design that seems straight out of the future. Meanwhile, in Italy, an amusement park in Nervesa, created by Bruno Ferri and his grandson, features 45 rides powered only by gravity and human power, without a drop of electricity. With an inspiring story, Clay Dyer, a professional fisherman born without limbs, competes using his neck and shoulders, proving that passion and willpower can overcome any limitation. In Peru, there is the Shane Timpishka River, which boils at 194 degrees F due to geothermal activity in Puerto Inca. Its sulfur-rich water is prized for its medicinal properties. For some techie fun, a YouTube channel built a breakfast machine made entirely of Legos. Capable of frying eggs and bacon, it demonstrates what can be achieved with just blocks and creativity. Pete Big Elvis Valet is an Elvis Presley impersonator who performs in Las Vegas. Not only does he nail his voice and moves, he has also won thousands of fans for his unique charisma. The Smith People Mover is a horizontal lift that functions as a moving walkway. It goes up, moves, and lowers, all without changing angles. Ideal for modern architectural spaces, the small two-scooter was created by Tom Wilberg. It has wheels that are just 0.63 and 0.87 inches thick. It looks like a toy and only reaches 1.2 mph. Yet, it's fully functional. Matt Jordan transforms wooden blocks into art using a lathe and resin. His videos show the entire process step by step. Anyone can try it with the right tools. Photographer Jan van Eijeken captured on video how a salamander forms from a single cell. The result is an astonishing visual journey into the miracle of life. PigeonBot is a curious advancement in the field of nature-inspired robotics. It is a flying robot developed with real pigeon feathers, allowing it to accurately replicate the movements of real birds. This ingenious device was created by a team of scientists whose goal was to study the biomechanics of flight in birds in detail. The roseate spoonbill, scientifically known as Platyleia ajaja, is a fascinating aquatic bird notable for its vibrant pink hue, very similar to that of flamingos. This striking coloration is no coincidence, as it comes from the pigments present in the food it consumes, primarily small crustaceans and aquatic organisms. Mimi Choi is a makeup artist who has taken her talent to a completely unusual level. Her specialty is creating hyper-realistic optical illusions on her own body, using her face, arms, or legs as a canvas. Thanks to her mastery of artistic makeup, she is able to transform her skin into surreal scenes that defy visual perception. In China, the Qingdao-Yinshuan Expressway features a truly striking visual system. Colored laser beams run along both sides of the road. This technology isn't decorative, but rather has a very specific function. It was implemented as a measure to combat driver fatigue at night. Before becoming Pope John Paul II, Karol Wojtyła's youth was marked by his love of football. He played as a goalkeeper in local matches in Poland, especially with MKS Krakow, although he was also seen playing as a striker on occasion. His connection to the club was strong throughout his life, and he remained a loyal supporter. Peo is a special horse who dedicates his time to visiting terminally ill patients in various hospitals in France. Affectionately known as Dr. Peo, this horse was previously a competitor in horse racing, but decided to change his path to bring joy and comfort to those facing difficult times. On the global stage, the event known as the Tough Guy Challenge stands out, a 9.3-mile endurance race packed with extreme challenges. Competitors must overcome a total of 32 varied obstacles, including crossing glowing embers, traversing narrow tunnels, and facing lakes protected by electrified wires, among other challenges. Ilayaram Sekar achieved an impressive feat by solving 6 Rubik's Cubes while underwater on a single breath. This feat not only demonstrates his mental dexterity and ability to solve these complex puzzles, but also his incredible lung capacity and physical control. Picture the scene. You're calmly playing golf, focused on your swing, and suddenly, a giant alligator decides to stroll right next to you. That's exactly what happened to some golfers at Buffalo Creek Golf Club. A massive alligator crossed the fairway, calmly heading toward the lake next to the third hole. Lapland, located in northern Finland, is an area where reindeer herding and husbandry are a fundamental part of local life. The inhabitants of this region have a very extensive vocabulary related to these animals, with nearly 400 specific terms to describe them and their distinct characteristics. In 1974, Philippe Petit, a balancing artist from France, performed one of the most daring feats of the century. He crossed the space between the Twin Towers by walking on a cable suspended hundreds of feet above the ground. Although his performance was celebrated as an impressive feat, authorities detained him after descending, as he did not have official authorization to perform it. In Huanglong, China, there are impressive hot springs noted for their vibrant and varied hues. This valley houses natural pools formed by layers of limestone, the result of the accumulation of calcium carbonate from the mineral-laden hot springs. The colors of these pools fluctuate throughout the year. In Poland, there is a street named Obi-Wan Kenobi, in homage to the iconic Jedi Master from the Star Wars saga. The initiative to name this street came from a fanatical neighbor who served on the local council, and his proposal was officially accepted in 2004. Lilian Baez stands out as an exceptionally creative makeup artist who transforms faces into authentic works of art inspired by the world of drawing. She uses special paints designed for skin, achieving striking and highly detailed visual effects. Her work goes beyond traditional makeup, making her designs look like authentic illustrations captured on the skin. Meet Elizabeth Sweetheart, nicknamed the Green Lady of Brooklyn, a textile designer and creator originally from Nova Scotia, Canada. For over 20 years, she has made her distinctive lime green outfit an inseparable part of her identity. Her home is a true sanctuary of the color green. From the doors and staircases to the kitchen utensils and sponges, everything is carefully painted in different shades of green. Petite Cereal is a gourmet cereal made with small, artisanal croissants. Each package contains nearly 250 carefully handcrafted miniatures. Available in New York, this luxury product costs approximately $50 per box. Its production involves a meticulous process that includes dehydration, a sugar and cinnamon glaze, and finally, baking, giving them a deliciously crunchy texture. Martin Vaca, famous for his unconventional automotive creations, performed one of his most astonishing feats by converting a Boeing 727 into a working limousine. The aircraft, now retired from service, underwent a radical transformation. Its wings were removed and its structure adapted so it could legally operate on roads. Ryoyu Kobayashi, one of the most prominent names in Japanese skiing, performed a spectacular jump that has gone around the world. He traveled 955 feet in the air during an 8-second flight. This feat took place in Iceland, where the Red Bull brand installed a special ramp designed exclusively for the athlete to attempt this unprecedented feat. The Asian water buffalo, or wild buffalo, has immense horns that can measure more than a compact car. According to Guinness, they reach 14 feet from tip to tip, an impressive animal, threatened and vital to its ecosystem. Following this giant in Dubai, police patrol in cars like Lamborghinis, Bugattis, and Aston Martins. Rather than chasing criminals, these supercars project an image of luxury and security for tourists. And yes, you can take photos if you see them. Changing continents, in the Himalayas stands the Temple of Kedarnath, at more than 11,500 feet. In 2013, an avalanche devastated the area, but the sanctuary remained intact, as if protected by a miracle. Every year, pilgrims brave the cold and altitude to reach it. Next, we head to Sri Lanka, where a medieval reservoir called Pimbarathawa is still functioning after more than 800 years. It was built during the reign of Parakramabahu I, a monarch who prioritized water and agriculture. This tank still supplies rural areas and proves that ancient engineering was astonishingly advanced. Not far back in time, but still hidden in the forest, lies Eltz Castle, Germany. Belonging to the same family for over 850 years, it has survived wars and revolutions without being sold or destroyed. With 33 generations of history, it still retains its original decor. And from the medieval past, we jump to a seemingly otherworldly sea creature, the leaf slug. Known as Castaciella kuroshime, it photosynthesizes thanks to a process called kleptoplasty. It steals chloroplasts from the algae it eats, using them like a plant to transform light into energy. In the realm of extreme sports, Vadim Makarov and Vitaly Raskolov climbed the Shanghai Tower, over 1,970 feet high, without safety equipment, risking everything for the adrenaline rush. The Roboboa robot snake, available in Europe and North America, mimics a real boa constrictor. It slithers, stands up, and functions as a lamp or remote control, combining technology and organic design. In Japan, students at the University of Tokyo created a dragon-shaped drone. Its articulated structure allows it to fly, fold, and navigate through narrow spaces autonomously. In Sweden, a little pony named Alvin has achieved something truly extraordinary, earning a place in the Guinness Book of Records. Alvin is the only known pony that can walk a distance of 16 feet using only his hind legs. His trainer, upon meeting him, immediately realized that Alvin possessed a special quality that set him apart from the rest. Tony Boo is a Spanish trials motorcyclist, considered a living legend in the discipline. He has accumulated an impressive record of 34 world championships, divided into 17 titles in the outdoor category and another 17 in the indoor category. Thanks to these achievements, Boo is positioned as the rider with the most world titles in the history of trials. Now we travel to the heart of Saudi Arabia, where enormous umbrellas measuring 82 feet on each side and 66 feet high protect thousands of pilgrims. In Al Haram Square in Medina, these structures fold like flowers and reduce the heat by up to 14 degrees thanks to their special UV-reflecting fabric. Then, science gives eternity a twist. A Swiss company called Al Gordanza transforms human ashes into diamonds. They extract carbon from the remains and subject it to extreme pressure and temperature. The result? A real, one-of-a-kind gem that preserves the essence of the deceased. Traditional Turkish ice cream uses goat's milk and a vegetable thickener from Middle Eastern orchids, giving it that elastic, heat-resistant texture that makes it a unique delicacy. The Eastern hognose snake has a trick to scare off its enemies. It inflates itself, writhes, and if that doesn't work, it plays dead. This technique is called thanatosis and confuses predators. Apple Park, Apple's headquarters in Cupertino, is a futuristic, circular building that resembles a spaceship. It has over 2.8 million square feet of offices and green spaces designed to inspire creativity. Edward Mills, a 9-year-old boy, climbed a 492-foot tower to raise funds for cancer in honor of his mother. He became the youngest climber in the United Kingdom to achieve such a feat. The Miyazaki mango is considered the most expensive in the world. Grown in Japan, it has a sweet flavor, a gelatinous texture, and even the peel is edible. A true fruit gem. The Exturismo hoverbike is a Japanese flying motorcycle that reaches 62 miles per hour and rises up to 16 feet. It costs $150,000 and was tested by the Dubai police. Eric Grankvist built a cabin from scratch without using power tools. He used pulleys, axes, and hammers, just like in ancient times. His goal? To live like a real lumberjack. The Kiwami Japan channel created an engagement ring made from human fingernails. Although it sounds strange, the artisanal process and the end result are surprising. Tigers possess extraordinary strength in their hind legs, giving them astonishing leaping prowess, capable of propelling themselves up to 20 feet in the air and covering horizontal distances of more than 33 feet. This makes them agile and lethal predators capable of effectively ambushing their prey. A Belgian creative named Vincent Ball creates visual compositions using the shadows cast by common objects. His artistic method, known as shadowology, transforms ordinary figures into imaginative images. This approach has allowed him to gain widespread recognition on digital platforms thanks to its originality. Svetlana Kapanina is a prominent Russian aviator specializing in aerobatics, internationally recognized for her exceptional talent. Throughout her career, she has won numerous world titles in aerobatic flying competitions. Her ability to execute complex and risky maneuvers has placed her among the best pilots in the world. Brian Stanley suffered the loss of an eye due to retinoblastoma. Instead of opting for a traditional prosthesis, he designed an innovative and practical solution. His prosthetic devices incorporate LED lights that can be used as flashlights. These lights operate for up to 20 continuous hours without generating heat or discomfort. His invention combines functionality and comfort, transforming the experience of those who wear ocular prostheses. The Afghan hound stands out for its sophisticated appearance and its majestic, long, silky coat, which gives it an unmistakable air of nobility. Originating from the mountainous regions of Afghanistan, this breed of sighthound was specifically developed for hunting in difficult terrain, giving it remarkable speed and exceptional endurance. Tony Baloney's, located in New Jersey, has earned a reputation for its original and daring pizzas. It is distinguished by its bold culinary innovation and unconventional combinations that challenge tradition, turning each dish into a surprising and fun gastronomic experience for those seeking flavors outside the box. The Irish Wolfhound, one of the most imposing dog breeds due to its size, can reach heights of around 3.3 feet at the withers, easily towering over dogs like the German Shepherd and leaving an impression of grandeur wherever it goes. Its elongated silhouette, elegant bearing, and past as a wolf hunter in Celtic lands make it a symbol of quiet strength. Appreciated not only for its height, Xinmin Yang is a veteran bodybuilder from China, recognized as one of the first to promote this discipline in his nation. At 74, he defies the passage of time with an appearance that could be mistaken for someone under 50, proving that dedication and constant training can keep the body strong and youthful beyond age. Australian ecosystems are home to a truly striking reptile, the ruffed lizard. This peculiar animal is recognized by a fan-shaped fold of skin that surrounds its head and can unfold dramatically. This mechanism is activated as a defensive strategy when the lizard senses danger, expanding its apparent size to intimidate potential predators. In northern Thailand, specifically in the city of Chiang Rai, stands a one-of-a-kind work, Wat Rong Kun, also known as the White Temple. This construction is not a conventional temple, but a fusion of the sacred and the contemporary. Its gleaming white structure, adorned with inlaid mirrors, represents spiritual purity and the clarity of Buddhist knowledge. The Yancheng Dafeng Dream, located in Jiangsu Province, China, holds the Guinness World Records title for the largest permanent labyrinth on the planet. This impressive structure has been designed to offer a unique experience of exploration and challenge, attracting visitors from around the world. In the heart of Guilin, China, lies a fascinating cavern known for its unique rock formations that have been patiently shaped over millions of years. The Reed Flute Cave stands out for its stone pendants, soaring peaks, and towering limestone columns that create a spectacular underground landscape. This place not only dazzles with its natural richness, but also attracts visitors from all over the world. In October 2023, Bobby, an Alentejo Mastiff who left an indelible mark with his extraordinary longevity, passed away in Portugal. At 31 years and 165 days old, he far exceeded the usual life expectancy for his breed, whose life expectancy is only around 12 to 14 years. This noble canine was recognized worldwide as the longest-lived dog ever recorded. In Hawaii, surfer Ha'akeaolana has taken her training to the next level with a method few would dare to imitate. To strengthen her body and mind, she descends to the bottom of the sea and walks while carrying a 55-pound rock. This unconventional training not only improves her physical endurance, but also helps her remain calm in extreme situations. In the city of Prague, enormous figures cling to the surface, resembling colossal babies. These sculptures, created by the provocative Czech artist David Cherny, are sure to impress. Made of steel and weighing 419 pounds each, these climbing babies have become a surreal symbol of the city. Their disturbing and disproportionate appearance is a blend of criticism, humor, and modern art. The giant anteater, also known as the palm-eating bear, has one of the longest tongues in the animal kingdom, reaching up to 24 inches. This incredible tool is designed for efficient hunting. It is coated in a sticky substance and has small spines pointing towards its throat. Thanks to this adaptation, these curious mammals can devour tens of thousands of ants and termites daily without having to completely destroy their nests. Meet the long-nosed weasel, an enigmatic and little-known creature that is among the most intriguing animals on the planet. This unique marsupial is found only in the temperate forests of Chile and Argentina, especially at altitudes close to 280 feet above sea level. Its appearance and behavior have made it a subject of study for biologists interested in South American fauna. Impression. Liu Sanji is a spectacular nighttime music and light show presented on the waters of the Lijiang River in China. What makes this show unique is that it uses the natural environment itself as a stage, turning the river into the world's largest open-air auditorium. The production was conceived in 2004 by renowned Chinese film director Chang Yimou, who combined traditional elements with modern technology to create an unforgettable experience. Approximately 31 miles west of Bangkok, Thailand, stands a majestic temple known as the Dragon Temple, dominating the surroundings with its imposing structure. Its design stems from an intense spiritual experience of its founder, who conceived every detail during a 7-day fast and deep meditation. The building reaches a height of 262 feet, a symbolic figure representing the years Buddha lived on Earth. Arnold Schwarzenegger made history by becoming the first non-military citizen to own an electric Hummer. The striking red model he chose was based on the classic Han, albeit with even more imposing dimensions. His acquisition marked a milestone, as it combined the power of the iconic military vehicle with a more environmentally friendly propulsion system. Robert Maddox, nicknamed Crazy Rocket Man, is an eccentric American inventor with a passion for extreme speed. He is recognized for building the largest pulse jet engines ever built for experimental vehicles. These powerful gasoline-powered engines generate thrust ranging from about 14 to over 1,000 pounds. Lake Enriquillo, located in the Dominican Republic, is a unique natural formation due to its surface area lying below sea level. This saline lake is the largest of all the Caribbean islands, known as the Antilles. In addition to its unique geographic location, Enriquillo serves as a vital ecosystem for local wildlife, hosting a large population of American crocodiles. In Japan, there are special regulations for professional sumo wrestlers that prevent them from driving cars or motorcycles. This restriction is primarily due to the physical dimensions of these athletes, who, due to their large size, find it difficult to fit properly in conventional vehicles. The Matryoshka diamond is a geological wonder, consisting of one gem encapsulated within another. This unique specimen was discovered in 2019 by a Russian mining company and represents an exceptional find due to its extreme rarity. To date, only one diamond with this characteristic has been found in all of history, which has perplexed scientists. Amaury Guichon stands out as one of the most creative and renowned pastry chefs worldwide. His ability to combine traditional techniques with surprising designs has led him to revolutionize the art of pastry making. Thanks to his talent and innovative vision, he has gained international fame, inspiring a new generation of chefs. The Puli is a dog breed originating from Hungary, famous for its unmistakable appearance. Its most distinctive feature is its coat made up of thick, long curls, which in some specimens can touch the ground. These dogs, originally bred for herding, are agile and full of energy. Furthermore, their woolly coat provides them with protection from adverse weather conditions. A unique feature of the Spanish village of Setenil de las Bodegas is that many of its homes are partially located under enormous natural rocks. This characteristic is due to the town's location within a canyon formed by the erosion of the Guadalquivir River over thousands of years. In Japan, traditional public telephones have undergone a surprising transformation with the rise of mobile phones. To prevent these booths from falling into oblivion, municipal authorities have found ingenious ways to give them new life. One of the most original ideas has been to transform them into tiny aquariums, visible to the public, filled with fish and aquatic plants. An impressive life-size Gundam statue, reaching 59 feet in height, has been erected in China. This monumental figure adorns the main entrance of the Lalaport shopping mall in Shanghai. Its construction was announced in July 2020 and was completed in April 2021, generating great excitement among fans. Although there are other Gundam statues around the world, this one stands out as the first to incorporate mechanisms for realistic movement. Macquarie is an isolated island in the vast Pacific Ocean, approximately halfway between Australia and Antarctica. This remote location is known for hosting exclusive colonies of penguins and seals, which thrive in their wild environment. From a geological perspective, Macquarie is notable for being one of the few places where oceanic crust and rocks from the Earth's mantle emerge above the sea surface. Kimchi is an emblematic preparation of South Korean cuisine, made by fermenting vegetables. Its most common ingredients include Chinese cabbage, radish, garlic, and ground red chili, which gives it an intense and spicy flavor. This food is not only essential to the Korean table, but is also valued for its digestive benefits, thanks to its richness in probiotics. The colossal puppets created by the French company Royal Deluxe are a marvel of modern street theater. These animated sculptures of enormous size impress with their level of detail and movement. Each figure requires the coordination of around 30 people to bring it to life before the audience. The most imposing one reaches nearly 36 feet in height and weighs several tons. Despite its name, the white rhinoceros has a grayish hue to its skin, not white. This imposing creature, which can weigh up to 2.5 tons, faces a critical threat of extinction. Its existence is jeopardized by illegal hunting, driven by the value of its horns on the black market. Furthermore, the reduction of its natural habitat has accelerated its decline. The dodo, a bird native and exclusive to the Mauritius Islands, disappeared in a surprisingly short period of time, just 80 years after it was first sighted. This rapid extinction was primarily due to pressure from human activity and the arrival of introduced species that altered its natural ecosystem. The Densuke watermelon, grown exclusively in Japan, is considered the most expensive fruit in the world. Its price can easily exceed $6,000 per unit due to its rarity and unique characteristics. This special variety is distinguished by its completely black skin and sweet, juicy flavor, making it a highly coveted luxury product. On the remote Isles of Scilly, the world's smallest football league is contested, consisting of only two teams, the Garrison Gunners and the Woolpack Wanderers. Each season, these two teams compete in a variable number of matches, ranging from 14 to 20. Despite its small size, this competition has a history dating back to the 1920s and keeps the island's passion for football alive to this day. In certain places, such as New York City, authorities use an unconventional method to deal with speedy drivers. When someone accumulates multiple unpaid traffic violations, the police can attach a suction cup device called the barnacle to their windshield. This panel completely blocks the driver's view, preventing the vehicle from moving safely until the debt is settled. Santa Cruz del Islote, located off the coast of Colombia, is recognized as the most densely populated island on the planet. Despite its small size, barely over 2.5 acres, this tiny island is home to approximately 100 inhabitants. The concentration of people in such a limited space makes daily life there very unique, with homes and activities closely intertwined. According to data provided by the World Meteorological Organization, located in Dallas, Texas, the imposing sculpture called the Giant Eyeball has become a point of interest for visitors from all over. With a height of over 30 feet, This work of art holds the title of the largest sculpted eye in the world. The Naja Naja, commonly known as the spectacled cobra, is easily distinguished by a distinctive pattern on its hood. Two black spots connected by a curved line that resembles a pair of glasses. These snakes typically average about 3 feet in length, although they can occasionally reach almost 6 feet. Since 2003, Mark Court, a talented British artist, has been exclusively responsible for applying the decorative lines to Rolls-Royce automobiles. His workshop is located at the Goodwood factory in England, where he creates each stroke by hand without resorting to automated technology. This artisanal technique guarantees a unique and personalized finish for each vehicle. Furthermore, buyers have the option of commissioning special, elaborate designs. The Hanging Temple, also known as Xuan Kong, is suspended on the side of a cliff 246 feet above the ground, near Mount Heng in Shanxi Province, China. Its construction dates back more than a century and is attributed to a monk named Liao Ran. Meet the green toucanet, a truly unique bird due to its vibrant plumage. This tiny species is native to Venezuela and is usually found in forested areas ranging from low altitudes of 328 feet to heights close to 6,200 feet above sea level. Its presence in these diverse ecosystems makes it an essential component of the local biodiversity, notable for its beauty and adaptability. One of the world's most fascinating and charming felines is the caracal. This wild species inhabits the arid, open regions of Africa and parts of Western Asia. Nocturnal in habit, the caracal is easily distinguished by its long, black, tufted ears, which it uses with great precision to detect sounds around it. At the Liseberg Amusement Park in Gothenburg, Sweden, stands one of Europe's most impressive freefall towers, Atmosphere. This structure reaches 381 feet in height, and from a platform located 328 feet above the ground, brave visitors are launched into the void. During the descent, speeds of up to 68 miles per hour are reached, offering a dizzying and unforgettable experience. In the world's oceans, there is a creature that has captured the attention of scientists and sea lovers alike. This is Deep Blue, a colossal female great white shark that holds the record as the most impressive specimen ever documented. Although she was first discovered in the 1990s, it wasn't until 2013 that the first visual footage confirming her enormous size was obtained. In the heart of South Africa lies the Wonderwork Cave, an archaeological site of enormous historical significance that has been identified as the oldest human-inhabited cave on the planet. Researchers from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem, along with experts from the University of Toronto, discovered clear signs of early human activity inside, including remains of controlled fires and rudimentary stone tools. In the heart of the Black Forest, Germany, lies the charming village of Schiltach, famous for offering a unique experience of lodging in houses built among the trees. These elevated dwellings combine the magic of the natural environment with all modern comforts. Ernst Smild, nicknamed the Cloudmaster, is an innovative Dutch-born artist who has devised a unique and captivating method. His process combines smoke, steam, and tiny water droplets to create fleeting clouds within enclosed spaces. These atmospheric formations have a very limited lifespan and quickly disappear. However, thanks to photography, it is possible to preserve and appreciate their ephemeral beauty. Meet the Cheetos pants, a bold and unusual piece of clothing created based on the famous snack of the same name. This garment stands out for its intense colors, primarily a bright orange, combined with touches of black or red that recall both the packaging and the snack's characteristic hue. One of the most unique and peculiar aircraft on the planet stands out for its design reminiscent of a giant whale. This aircraft, known as the Airbus Beluga XL, was put into service in 2019. Its main function is to transport bulky and oversized loads that cannot be transported by conventional aircraft. Thanks to its special structure, it facilitates the efficient movement of large materials. In the rainforests of Central and South America, an exotic plant grows that has captured attention for its unusual appearance. Psychotria elata, popularly nicknamed sensual lips for the shape of its bright red bracts, this species stands out for its makeup-like appearance. Curiously, what appears to be a pair of fleshy lips are actually modified leaves surrounding the small white flowers located in the center. Hirotaka Hamasaki is a talented Japanese teacher who has gained recognition for his exceptional ability to create masterpieces using school chalk. This art teacher and graphic designer daily transforms his classroom blackboard into a canvas, where he recreates famous paintings and breathtaking scenes with incredible precision and detail. Then it turns out that a multicolored mountain like Mount Bakhti in Kazakhstan was once a seabed millions of years ago. Its reddish, lilac, and ochre layers are marine sediments from the ancient Tethys Ocean, not paintings. It's like looking at a colored geological journal that tells us the history of the Earth. And this is all. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Zarpado facts.